What do the levels look like on? Oh, testing.
1, 2, test 1, 2.
Your Arizona Wildcats are on the air. Joining us from the Timothy Gasson broadcast booth, here is your Wildcat media team.
Hi, I'm Matt Tiart here with Coach Berman, and we're here to preview the ASU game this weekend. Going on a 7-game win streak and undefeated at home, how do you want to carry that into the series this weekend?
Obviously, we like being at home again, and it's always fun to play ASU, so we're excited for the weekend. But they've got a lot of offense on that team, and we've got to be prepared for it, and a lot of depth in that regard, too. What's made us so successful is our defensive side of the puck. I think we've gone 7 games now with 2 goals or less, and I think it's 5 with 25 shots or less. So hopefully we're smart enough to see the trend and what's working. And eventually, if our offense gets going, we've got a heck of a hockey team here.
And we've split the series so far 1-1. What have you seen in the previous series, and what are some things you want to fix or continue?
Well, special teams is always a factor in a rivalry game, obviously. We want to stay disciplined to make sure we're getting more opportunities than we're giving up. But you better be ready to defend. You better be ready to battle. You better be ready to take a slash, take a punch to make a play, and play for the guy next to you. It's the rankings are relevant with these games. This is going to be a dogfight no matter what the situation is. We don't like each other much, and we like it that way.
Thanks, Coach.
Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Tom Callahan, Sebastian Janik here with you, and the University of Arizona preparing to take on its arch rival, Arizona State University, in back-to-back games this ACHA hockey weekend. And Sebastian, not only the on-ice action a big deal, but a big deal off the ice concerning the future of Arizona hockey today. You and I were both at the press conference earlier, and we got a chance to see firsthand the beautiful construction project that's coming up for this Wildcats hockey team.
Yeah, coming in 2024, the team's going to be making a move from the TCC after 43 years of etching history into this ice, and the future is very bright for this program. I don't think many people could have expected this announcement if you weren't in the know, but it was very exciting today to see what exactly the prospects are for not only this team, but the addition of a women's D1 team as well as another men's D2 team and an adaptive sled hockey team. A lot of great opportunities for this program coming up to expand its scope in the coming future.
Not only that, but also the Tucson community as well. There'll be 3 sheets of ice, a 3,000-seat arena for this Wildcats hockey team. Just a lot to get excited about and a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, there's been a lot of parents who have made a lot of drives up to Phoenix over the years to support their kids getting into hockey in Tucson, since we have not had a sheet of ice for a very long time. One of the largest, if not the largest city in the United States without a public ice skating rink. So having that opportunity to get more people involved in the game young, more people can learn how to skate at any age. A really great opportunity for not only this program, but the Tucson community as a whole.
We also have the pep band here tonight. Fans are still streaming in behind us. There's plenty of time for you to get here if you're in the local viewing area, but also back at it tomorrow night, and we're going to retire the jersey of Jeremy Goltz as well. So it's a packed weekend, and of course against your rival, Arizona State. It means just a little bit more.
Well, I think the message from Coach Berman was, the standings become irrelevant almost in a game like this. You are here to battle against your arch rivals. You're here to go into the fire, and we'll see who comes out the victor. But for the last 3 Cactus Cups, the U of A have been able to take this win, and we're going to really hope to see them do it again. Anthony Cusinelli, the captain, was talking about how he wants to go 4 for 4 during his time here, but we all know how heated these rivalry games can get. And I don't think there's any better rivalry in the entirety of the ACHA.
Arizona State has struggled. They've dropped 3 in a row this week coming into these couple of games, but that almost is a bigger reason for concern for me, because if there's a team they want to turn it around against, it's the Wildcats.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that this is a win. This is a game they mark on their calendar. They know what it takes coming into this building to play a game just as much as the U of A does. But I really think that the U of A has grown a lot since they saw ASU back in October when they split the season series. The team has been improving. Coach Chad Berman says a lot of the veterans like Johansson, Cusinelli, Meyer have really been stepping up and getting to the level that they can be at. And this team's been progressing, and we'll see this 2-game homestand here against ASU.
Well, the Wildcats come in on a 7-game win streak. They look to keep it going here tonight against the Arizona State University Sundevils. Wildcats and Sundevils coming your way in just a little bit. We'll be right back with the opening puck drop in just a moment. And you can hear the excitement from this crowd as we are getting ready to go. And I'll tell you what, I've seen some ASU folks here too, as well as U of A fans, but anytime these two teams get together, Sebastian, we've seen fireworks, we've seen goals, we've seen hits. You pretty much get a full and complete hockey game every time out.
And we've also seen the infamous goalie fight, not too far removed from
That's
that
true.
in 2018. These are two teams that, as Coach Berman put it, they don't like us, we don't like them, and that's the way we like it. And these two teams, you know, always come to battle. I don't care where either one is in the standings. Arizona State has had a pretty rough 3-game stretch coming into the TCC tonight, but you got to think that, you know, this is a game that they take more pride in winning than basically anything else on the schedule.
Well, Arizona State is just 5-8 on the schedule this year, and only 1-3 on the road. They have struggled away from home, and you know, it's generally a good test of a team. Now you look at Arizona, they're 7-0 at home, 4-5 on the road, but they did get off to a slow start this season, but they've dominated here at Tucson Arena. That is also a tough thing to run into, especially when a team's got this many fans in the building tonight. It's already loud, everybody's fired up already. This really seems like it's going to be a pretty good contest, but it ratchets up just that little bit extra.
And these teams have not seen each other in 650 days. They've been separated for a long time, and you got to think they're just chomping at the bit to get back at each other. So we'll get the start here with ASU taking the first possession of the game. And there's a lot of talented forwards on this ASU team, but we've seen what U of A can do when everyone plays up to their standards, and it's going to be a great contest here this evening.
And it looks like Cusinelli, Lowell, and Selman are back together. And so that is something that Coach Berman, I talked to him in the pregame, he said, I want to put this unit back together. I feel like Cusinelli's kind of got his confidence back, and he feels that this can be a dominant line for this hockey team. There's a big hit right there as the puck is sent down into the Arizona end of things, but boy, you can bet yourself that he's looking to get sparks from this line early and often.
And Jesse Lowell burying captain of ASU, number 5, Kowalchuk, leading to a pretty good offensive opportunity. But Jesse Lowell, right before the game, he said he was determined to lay the body, and we've seen that early. Good early stop there from Churro.
Churro handles that long-range wrister. He'll hold on just 54 seconds into the first period. Already you can hear the students into it, and they're now down to our right. With the pep band also in attendance. So that it just brings all this little extra into it, and a pretty good crowd for this Friday night.
It really brings that college hockey atmosphere that you just can't get anywhere else. College hockey is a special thing. It's its own breed, and there's a lot of passionate fans here in Tucson who, some of them maybe only come out for the ASU U of A matchups, but they treasure these moments because this is a fantastic rivalry in all sports across collegiate hockey in Arizona. But you know, on the ice, these are two teams that like to battle, and you can't do it much better than on a hockey rink.
We'll get to your starting goaltenders for you here in just a moment. Puck bouncing at the side of the net, coughed up through the slot, but Arizona's going to be able to clear, and is led away by Orfanos. He'll dump that in off a shin pad and go get it. It goes all the way around behind the net. Orfanos still on it. Held in left side Johansson. He's tied up. And the puck is cleared out by Lackey.
So we're going to have Fisher here along the boards trying to dump it in. The U of A champs are going to get started real early here in the Tucson Arena. A good couple shifts here. Not a lot of puck possession from either team, but good solid break-ins so far, and then we'll get a dump in here.
A little bit of a moment there for Biala getting hung up on the net as it's dumped back out the center. It is Blake Biala getting the start in net tonight for Arizona State. He's 3-2 on the year with an .898 save percentage and a 4.60 goals against average. Anthony Churro, the workhorse of this Wildcats hockey team, 5-4 this year with a .919 and a 2.54.
U of A is very lucky to have the goaltending pool that they do. They have some fantastic goalies, especially Biv and Churro being able to go 1A, 1B. A great shot here low on the pads, looking for the rebound. ASU will break it out. Maybe they're going to be able to get numbers, but can't get a hold of the puck.
And now big turnover at center, and here comes the Wildcats again. A shot ripped wide on the glove side there is Lusby trying to find some room. But now you can feel the momentum picking up for the Wildcats here. However, ASU a chance to break out 3-on-2. Kind of mosey their way through center. There's a wrist shot blocked off the shin pad of Hedgecote as he turned that one to the side. Palmer on his own rebound swings it around behind the net. Ends up at the left point. Hosworth able to hold it in there. Slides it around far corner. Hedgecote after it. He'll delay, and now try to avoid some traffic here behind his own net.
And it seems like for ASU, if they're going to take a puck along the boards, they're going to take a hit to make a play every single time. Couple great hits finished there by the U of A, getting that physicality tone set early.
There's another hit on the far side, but you know what? It's an interesting point you make, because if ASU is willing to take the hit to make the play, U of A has to be aware of that. You just can't focus solely on finishing that big crunching check. There's a whole play going on here.
Yeah, you don't want to pull yourself out of position. You don't want to lose your assignment, but you do want to take those opportunities to finish your checks when you can. And this fourth line here for the U of A, trying to get a little thing going, but it'll come right back through, split the D, come back to Churro.
Churro electing to decide he didn't want the icing there, trying to catch maybe ASU in a change, but instead the Wildcats will just regroup.
And it's a big addition to get Jones back, but that's going to be a turnover there from him.
Left side, Arizona State trying to push in here, and the centering attempt there from Kylie Ram did not go well. It's cleared.
And Jones is a great defensive defenseman, and that's another big hit by Jesse Lowell. He's going to rack up 2 here real early, try to spring Selman getting into the zone.
Selman giving chase there to Bolt, trying to play it around the far side. Puck has not left the zone yet. And it's all well and good. Again, you set up the hits, you get them looking over their shoulder by finishing these checks. That is a great tone to start as we get an icing against Arizona State. And as you force these turnovers, as you force these mistakes, and you force them to rush decisions, you then have to capitalize on those. And that's the second part of this whole thing that U of A is setting up right now.
Yeah, you want to put the offensive cherry on the cake when you are able to disrupt those plays. You know, get some time and space on the ice, get an odd match situation going. Right here, a set play off the faceoff, just not able to quite connect with Meyer.
So right now, Arizona on the regroup. They'll try to bring it up on the right side. Here's Fisher wheeling it into the zone. Fisher up top, one-time shot, save made, and the rebound is held by Biala. That one right into the chest there, Meyer. Good job to let it go. Hopefully a little bit more of a screen there, but Biala out on top of his crease, able to make the stop.
I like that play from Fisher, though. You know, he's got his head up. He's able to join the rush, you know, become that extra forward, comes down the right wing boards, finds Meyer, who stops up in a soft spot for a slap shot right into the chest of Biala, but those are good chances the U of A will take every time.
Face-off, well, we did not get a... We've had a little bit of an issue with face-offs in this game here early on tonight. We've seen more than a couple puck drops they've had to do again. This will be no exception. Johansson in there for the face-off. Looks like he's going to try to win it straight back. Instead, it's pulled back by Arizona State. Meyer chasing it into the corner, and it's played away out to center, recovered by Shively.
Shively and Fisher have been 2 amazing additions to this back end. 2 defensemen who can play this many minutes coming in the same year. Really speaks to the recruiting prowess of Chad Berman as well as Tanner Harris being able to find these guys. But a little bit of sloppy hockey here so far. No one looking too dangerous. That Meyer chance probably the best one we've seen, but I think the U of A has had the better of the play so far.
U of A right now trying to knock that puck out of their own end. Forced in behind his own net. Up the left side, Shively. Going to slow things down a little. The forwards will grab a change for the Wildcats. Fisher with a lead pass to center, trying to tip it to himself and keeping it on side on the right side is Josephson. He'll wrap it around behind the net with a body draped on him. Centering feed. That one didn't quite connect.
Almost found Litwin coming in off the bench. Great job there by Josephson. Able to control that puck in his skates, get it over on sides, goes around the net, looks for a chance, just not able to connect.
Dumped right back in. And again, Arizona State trying to clear. Cannot Timor holding right point. Long shot off a shoulder. Rebound in behind the net. A chance to tuck into the side of the net. And oh, Biala just got the left pad against the post to make the save. You can see the puck frozen just in front of the goal line.
It was a nice little cut back there by Litwin. I got a little bit of a chirp back from him at practice this week. During our last game against Oregon, I said he might have to go to the concession stands to get a goal, but he's a good sport about it. But he has been a player who has really been just getting scoring chances after scoring chances, and eventually he's going to start burying them.
U of A unable to control the draw in the offensive zone, but they do turn it over at center. Now charging in left side is Lusby. Lusby's got some room, hooks it across through the skates of Litwin. Litwin a backhand, ends up on the far side. And, you know, Sebastian, I might have wanted to see Lusby trying to make a shot there. Maybe something low on the goalie's pads, generate a rebound. He had 2 guys going to the net with him.
Yeah, he might have assumed that if he could get it to one of his partners, they were just going to have a wide open back door. Unfortunately, that pass doesn't connect. You know, with those pretty passes, when they do land on the tape, they look fantastic. But usually when they don't, that's when you're left saying, oh, he had a good shooting opportunity there. We'll see how ASU can respond in the U of A zone, though. The U of A has been giving them no time and space to really set anything up when ASU's gotten over the blue line.
They're able to chip this puck away to center, try to charge after it here. And now the Wildcats on the attack again. Curling on the right wing side, a centering feed. That one is turned away. Arizona State at this point content to just dump it out to center and try to apply forecheck pressure, and they do force a turnover. Wrist shot there is blocked though, but Plord, nice play to put the pressure on. Studioso backing him up. Studioso knocked down. And now trying to work it in front is Lackey, taken away from him. Yes. The puck is cleared to center.
Studioso, Plord, and Lackey, 3 of the top 5 scorers for this ASU team playing together here on a line. You know, they rely on their core of offensive guys, but they do spread out the scoring, but the U of A has had a lot of depth as well, and Coach Chad Berman prides himself on not being a one-line team. And he's really looking for more out of every single player on this team. I don't think Coach Berman's ever going to be satisfied. I'm sure even after hoisting a national championship trophy, he'd still say we could have played better. But that's just the type of coach Chad Berman is, and that's one reason he's driven this program to such great success.
Draw, snap back to the left point, and actually makes its way down the ice, so Jones will chase it down. We're coming up on 7.5 gone in this first period, scoreless between Arizona and Arizona State. Long range wrister dumped into the near side corner, looking for a little puck retrieval there, but no one able to come up with it, and allows the Sundevils out the other side. They try to turn it into something, poked away into the corner. Jones over, battling with Tillman. He's knocked down in the puck. A bouncer to the line is held in off a body and still in the zone. Now we get a penalty call coming up, and it's going to go against the Wildcats. A roughing call will give Arizona State the first power play of the game.
And it's going to look like it's Jesse Lowell heading to the bottom. Let's see who the ref is pointing at.
Cusinelli thought it was him.
Yeah, I don't think either of them quite knew.
It is Lowell.
So, and I talked with Chad Berman about this before the game. What are the refs going to let go and what aren't they? Because against these two teams, when they face each other, things can get out of hand a little quickly. And I think judged off of what we just saw there, I think the refs are going to try to call this one a little bit tighter and make sure that things do not just evolve into chaos.
So the penalty time, 7:49, roughing Lowell in the box. And that Biala, dangerous there, decided to throw the puck back into play and did so right in front of Meyer.
An interesting little glove toss there, but a good hit by Dawson Marshall. Able to put the body on again, forces ASU to have to regroup in their own end.
Now you like that hit because he closed the man off, took away that time he had on the left side, and it forced not only a turnover but also a clear. And that just chews up some of that penalty time. And there's another one right there. Nice job to play the man.
And Brody Selman with a great burst of speed trying to get in here. Dangerous for, 5-on-4. He is the Wildcats' top goal scorer. And Brody Selman trying to create some offense here on the penalty kill.
And sometimes you draw a penalty going the other way with that extra effort.
Yeah, and Brody Selman is a guy who's all about effort. You talk to any one of the people who've watched him play, he's a full effort player, but ASU's going to try to set up here.
And they will indeed get this power play set up. Up top, McGrath feeding it over to the right dot. A shot, save Churro, rebound is swept to the line, and out it goes.
Good puck support there. A couple Wildcats collapsing onto the puck, able to get it out. And the penalty kill is a percentage stat that I think Coach Chad Berman is not, well, I know for a fact he's very unhappy with it. This U of A team has a lot of room to improve on the penalty kill. We'll see if they're able to hold ASU off the board in this first try here this evening.
47.1%, not good. 26.1 is the power play for Arizona State. As the time ticking down, 13 seconds of the man advantage. One-time shot. Nice job by Timor. Get the stick in the lane there and tip it to the glass.
Yeah, and Studioso has a very good slap shot. That pass got disrupted getting through the middle, but it still got onto his stick. He's able to get a shot. But
Lowell out of the box. They have killed it off. Still scoreless here in the first. Halfway home in this opening frame. A Friday night contest. We will go back-to-back, Arizona and Arizona State here at Tucson Arena.
And remember, everybody that takes a hit and takes a ticket tonight will be looking to repay the favor tomorrow. So this is just This is almost a little bit of the appetizer for the game tomorrow, where these two teams are going to probably dislike each other a little bit more than they already do.
Absolutely looking forward to having an even bigger crowd tomorrow night. There are still tickets on sale. If you want to come on down and join us, we would absolutely love to have you, as we have, I'll tell you what, a really busy and buzzy crowd here tonight already. You know, you can hear the excitement, the electricity. And as I say, I've seen some Arizona State fans here. It just brings it up a notch whenever you get that.
Well, this is going to not be an icing, because Jesse Lowell on his horse gets in there. Fiala had his hand up. Jesse Lowell, though, just decided there was not going to be an icing. He's going to lay another hit. That's 3 for Lowell already. He's doing what he likes. He doesn't like ASU, and this is what he enjoys doing to him.
He is definitely finishing those checks. Arizona will dump it in. A bouncer. Ooh, Biala had to be careful with that, but he flops the mid over it. He'll hang on to it.
And establishing, you know, I asked Coach Berman, who's the one guy you're going to look to establish that physical presence? He said Jesse Lowell. He knows his team well, and Lowell knows his role. With 9:14 left here, though, haven't seen Biala tested too much, though, by the U of A. I think, you know, that penalty kill was, you know, well done, no dangerous chances given up, but those offensive chances, you really want to start seeing them coming here halfway through the first period.
Face-off will be to the right of the Arizona State goal. Over to the right wing side, here's Meyer chasing a loose puck. He'll send it deep. Johansson tries to bring it near side. Popped away, Orfanos on it. He'll chip right point. Fisher back past Orfanos. Johansson had the puck knocked away, but now gets it back. Banks it towards the right point. Fisher has to sidestep one, keeps it in with a shot. Left pad save. Rebound on the near side corner. Orfanos feeding it into the slot, kicked away.
And this is that puck possession game you really want to see from the U of A. And ASU, when they come down the boards, they better get ready for something, because it's coming every time, and I think there's going to be a penalty here.
Searing is going to go, and it's probably cross-checking, as that was right in front of the referee. Extra man is on. Fisher shot through traffic, bounces wide. And now to be fed up top. Lowell is the extra man, and he gives it up into the slot. Pardon me, that was Lusby, the extra man. And we'll get the whistle here, so the first power play of the game for the Wildcats now. And yeah, there was definitely an exchange at center ice there. And what happens? They call the retaliation. It is a cross-checking call.
And, you know, if you were going to put your money on a betting line of what the first penalties might be in this game, roughing and cross-checking probably would have been a pretty good bet. You can kind of see the attitude these two teams have towards one another. Still got 8:20 left in the first. One roughing penalty, one cross-checking penalty. But, you know, that's a retaliatory penalty, and one the U of A really wants to capitalize on here.
Searing into the box, cross-checking. There's a shot off the outside of the net. Lowell will feed it back to the left side. Up top, here's Hull. Getting it on the left side. A pass back for him. Hull will switch to the left side with Cusinelli. He'll slide it down low. Lowell's pass, a little too soft there, was picked off and sent down the ice.
Yeah, tries to go back to Hull. Cusinelli and Hull doing a good job rotating, switching positions, but just unable to get that pass through the ASU defenseman.
And here come the Wildcats once again to the right side. Timor working his way in. Timor driving it wide, all the way behind the net. Wheels out the far side, still with it, flips it towards the point, chipped, and Hull had to at least turn around to get it out of the zone and control it. Otherwise, boy, that could have been a dangerous chance. And now the puck turned over at center, and Lackey's going to just kill time and back up with it.
Yeah, if there's one player for ASU you probably do not want to give a breakaway up shorthanded to, is Clayton Lackey, number 9. He did a good job getting his stick in the lane. Luckily, Hull is able to come back and recover. But ASU looking for an aggressive penalty kill here.
They are a big fan of the stretch pass, are the Sundevils. And we have seen that a couple times here already, especially shorthanded. Maybe they try to catch you napping a little.
Yeah, you're going to have to stay engaged the whole time. And Selman rings the far pipe.
Off the outside of that post there, and the puck is cleared down, coming up on 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. 6:48 remaining in the first. Scoreless. U of A, ASU, first of 2 here this weekend. Meyer will tip the puck on into the right wing corner. He'll try to get after it. Now it's fed up to the right point. Fisher, cross ice. He'll get it back up top. Wrister blocked, came right back to him, keeps it in at the line.
Selman getting a little bit of extra time here on this second unit as well.
He tried to make something happen side of the net, and ASU has killed it off. They will try to send it through center. Fisher backs up for it, and Shively will feed it to him.
It is going to be a little tough here because Shively and Fisher are 5 and 6, and they both tuck their jerseys. So it's always a bit of a good luck scenario when calling which guy has it.
At least their numbers are not dark on dark like Arizona State's. I apologize to any Sun Devils fans, but man, that is not easy to tell all the time. Here we go, 2-on-1 moving in on the left side. A centering feed. That one off the skates of Josephson. But the puck stays in behind the net. Josephson back to the attack over there, looking for help from Litwin.
I don't think Litwin realized how tied up Josephson was with his man. He just wasn't able to get his stick free and get a shot on that. But Litwin, again, right in the middle of creating the offense.
Lusby tried to turn it up in the high slot, but was forced to center. And now back on the right wing side. Pulling it back up is Timor. Timor tried to wheel through, and that was blocked as well. I do have to say the Sun Devils are doing a nice job of clogging up the middle of the ice right now in the defensive zone. And Arizona's going to have to figure a way to get shots through from different angles.
Yeah, they're keeping everything to the perimeter out to the point. It's going to be up to the offensive creativity of the Wildcats to, be able to find those soft spots, get some cycle game going. And, with those breakout passes, those stretch passes, we'll see if the U of A can try to catch them in an odd man situation.
Another big hit over on the far side, and now Arizona State trying to throw the shoulder as well. Plord, but now an odd man rush the other way for the Wildcats, but they turn the puck over on the wall. Long lead through center. Boy, there were 2 Sun Devils that were camping at the Arizona line.
Marshall with some terrific hand-eye coordination there to knock that puck down and make sure it didn't get through to them.
Boy, that could have been disastrous. And then Marshall throws a check in the corner. There's a tripping call. And now Arizona State will once again have a power play, and that's what you have to guard against, both teams. You know that you're going to get hit and give hits. You just have to make sure that you don't cross that line and put your team shorthanded.
Yeah, and I think that trip there just sticks a little bit out of position, gets across the legs of the ASU skater. And we talked about the penalty kill, but I guess the best thing you can hope for is that the percentages go up by having a good penalty kill here.
Arizona State upset. The whistle blows, and Arizona never touched the puck, but nonetheless, we're going to end up with a roughing call here that is going against the Wildcats.
Wyatt Palmer with the iconic one hand up in the air. What are you talking about gesture? With 4:01 here left in the first, we're going to get the second chance to look at the power play for ASU. A little bit uncharacteristic of the U of A lately. They've been quite disciplined. They've been pretty good about staying out of the box. 2 penalties here early, but a good chance to establish their penalty kill. And
it's Marquis, actually. He picked up a roughing call.
Really?
And I think, so we saw the trip, and I think that happened about the same time as the rough. Marquis was over in the corner with the contact there. That's what the call actually turned out to be. In a way, Wildcats lucky not to be down 5-on-3 for 2 solid minutes here.
That's true. And so 2 roughings and a cross check.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh, we got a break.
Oh, here we go. Here's Lowell, short-handed with a chance. Jesse Lowell moving in for it. Score! Jesse Lowell with a short-handed goal. Wildcats lead at 1-0.
And Jesse Lowell, the man doing it all right now, throwing the body, and he does a great job of pouncing on that puck. The ASU defenseman at the point could not handle it. A huge burst of speed, and he goes top shelf and pops the bottle on Biala. What an amazing finish there from Jesse Lowell. Cool, calm, and collected, able to bury that one.
Well, they don't get much cleaner than that. Lowell in, he had a little bit of footsteps behind him, but not much. And he did not make a mistake there. What a goal. And the crowd loves it. And you know what? There is no better way when you go down shorthanded to get your coach excited.
Yeah, and seeing a guy like Lowell put in this type of just workhorse effort so far has got to inspire the rest of the guys on this bench. The entire U of A bench is standing right now. They know what that goal means for this game.
So unassisted for Lowell, but now they still have their work cut out for him. Wildcats will send it on down the ice. I mean, the power play just doesn't end. They still have to defend it here for the next minute, 19 seconds. But boy, you can hear the crowd is really into it after that one. And to your point, Sebastian, no better guy to reward with a goal than Lowell.
Yeah, he's been drawing all the cheers lately from this U of A crowd. Everything he's done so far seems to garner a cheer, and for good reason. He has been by far the best player. I think this is his best game of the season so far, and we still are only with 2:50 left in the first period. But Lowell, he's one of these veterans who knows what these rivalry games mean and knows that you have to come to play when these games happen.
So now the Sundevils, and Biala gets into a little bit of trouble back there. Bailey Marshall trying to get to the puck, had it knocked away. Nice job there, though, by Marshall. As Biala, it's kind of funny, his defensemen were there wondering what he was going to do. He didn't know what he was going to do. Kind of a lack of communication in that scenario there, and it didn't cost them, but something for U of A to keep in mind when they're aggressive on the forecheck.
Yeah, Biala's body language seemed like he knew exactly what he was doing with it, and then all of a sudden had no idea what he was doing with it. That's going to be a penalty.
That's definitely a penalty right there. And Lowell's going to end up in the box after he scores the shorthanded goal. The question is, will the regular penalty expire? Now, U of A's running around right now in their own zone. There's a chance. Juro, left pad save. Rebound in front. Another chance. That's blocked by traffic in front. Extra man is on. It's 6-on-5 right now as the first penalty has come to a conclusion.
6-on-4.5. Lowell without his stick after that penalty.
There's a shot. Short side. Save made. Rebound. Puck behind the net. And the mask comes off of Churro to draw the whistle. And indeed, Lowell is going to end up going to the box for holding. An exciting, scrambly sequence there, but it stays 1-0 Wildcats.
Well, I think Lowell endeared himself immensely to Coach Berman for a little bit, and now he's going to probably have to score another one in this game to get out of the doghouse. He's had a fantastic period, and you could tell from his reaction, it was definitely not what he was, I think he tries to wrap that hand around a little bit, gets too far in there. Guy goes down, stick goes flying. And the U of A are going to have to kill off another penalty here.
Well, and if we had any doubt as to how this one was going to be called, we are finding out early that they're going to make the calls. 18:24, time of the holding call against Lowell. And right now Arizona State going to work, setting up this power play once again.
This is a big minute and 19 seconds here for the U of A. An electric first period. You won't really want to take that lead into the locker room.
Lackey tried to slap pass down low. Puck fed into the slot. A backhand try just wide of that near post. Down the left side, keeping it in is Kowalchuk. Fed up top and cleared out by the Wildcats. Down it goes. 1 minute to go here in the opening frame. 1-0 Arizona, but they are on the penalty kill right now for the duration of the period. Wildcats trying to back up as attacking with speed is Lackey. On the right side, he'll feed it to the corner. Centering try. Churro tried to stick it away. Rebound sent right back through the crease. Nobody there.
Timor did a good job tying up his man on the back door.
There's a diving block right there to stop Studioso on the near side. Puck ends up top. A shot. Right pad save. Churro rebound. He stopped that one as well. And it's cleared out.
I think Churro just earned his first star of the game right there. What an incredible sequence of goaltending there by Churro to keep his team with the 1-0 lead. 20 seconds left in the first.
Kind of putting the cart before the horse, aren't you? It was the first period.
I don't know.
I know you're excited, but come on. Offside for Arizona State at the line. 10.8 seconds to go. They got a lot of, my point is, there is a lot of hockey.
There is a lot of hockey to go, but I will say, if that's what we see from Churro in this first period, if he does have to come up like that throughout the rest of the game, yeah, maybe jump the gun a little early, but Churro, just the athleticism and the flexibility on full display there.
Well, and that's why this guy is this team's MVP, and not only the team, but I mean, literally was selected the MVP last non-COVID season. As we get the whistle here, and the horn sounds to end the first period. 22 seconds left on that holding call against Lowell. We've seen some fireworks here, Sebastian, in this first period of play. We have seen a shorthanded goal that Lowell scored, but we've also seen Arizona shorthanded 3 times. They're going to carry over a little time, but Churro's on his game right now. That's great to see. They are playing physical right now, but if I'm Arizona State in the locker room and I'm Coach Tate Green, I might be saying to my guys, hey, we weathered a first period storm there. We've got a little bit of time on the power play to come out and start the second period. Now let's see what we can do. Arizona's got more work to do.
Yeah, I think, as the road team, you come in here, you expect the first period to probably be the most energetic, the roughest one to get through. They come out of it only down 1 goal, and they had a pretty good chance to tie it up there at the end of that period. I think the U of A defense in front of Churro was a little bit sloppy on the end of that penalty kill, but they've only got 22 seconds left to finish it off. They're coming in with a 1-goal lead into the second period, and it's going to be a matter of, who's the next guy that can step up. Lowell was able to create a lot of good things that period. Not so great with the holding penalty at the end, but it's the way it goes. But I think, there's a couple offensive guys that they really want to see test Biala a lot more against this ASU team that, the U of A feels they need to. You have to beat ASU in this building. That is always the mission.
Absolutely, and they have a 7-game win streak on the line as well. Would love to make it 8 and even 9 tomorrow night, but I don't want to put the cart before the horse either. It's 1-0 after 1 period of play. Sebastian and I will take a break. Sebastian, why don't you tell us what we have coming up here in the first intermission?
So in the first intermission, we are going to have an interview with Anthony Churro, recapping one of the more infamous moments from 2018. We'll let the fans on the live stream
enjoy that one when it comes up. All right, absolutely. All right, we'll take a break. We will come back with our first period intermission show in just a moment. Arizona leads Arizona State 1-0 after 20 minutes. This is Wildcats hockey.
Fight at center ice. Owen Wilson is about to get himself some Sundevil. Owen Wilson takes him down. Owen Wilson takes him down. Owen Wilson said his favorite moment of being a Wildcat was last year. It was opening night. Here, opening night, in the first period, he called out the opposing goaltender to center ice. I had never seen a center ice fight between two goaltenders before.
I'm here with Anthony Churro. Churro, we just saw the footage from a pretty infamous moment in U of A ASU history, the goalie fight at center ice. You were on the bench. You came in relief on that game. What was it like being on the bench watching that fight and knowing that you were going to have to suit up and come in right after?
It's definitely something you don't expect. Seeing it happen, it was right in front of our bench, so seeing it happen and then having to go in right after, it's definitely a quick mindset change, and it's definitely something you don't see every day.
And you said when we were talking earlier, there's nothing like this rivalry. You can't know what it's like till you're in it. You've been in it for a couple of years now, your time here at the U of A. Do you have a favorite memory from these series, from these battles?
From my junior year when we swept them at home, our last series to win the Cactus Cup and the Western Conference. So that was definitely my favorite memory.
Awesome. Thanks, Churro.
Arizona State retaking the ice. You don't even need to see it, Sebastian. You can hear them retake the ice.
They are never going to get a welcome reception in this building, and for good reason. You know, this is a rivalry that's been going on for a very, very, very long time. And, you know, you were talking about, you see the ASU fans in the stands here. There's plenty of people who went to ASU who now reside in the U of A's home territory. They're here, but the U of A fans are really drowning them out so far this evening. And for good reason. U of A had a good first period. Oh.
And right now, we're waiting for the Wildcats to get back out here. And, oh, here they come. All right, they're finally coming down the tunnel here, led by Anthony Churro to come back out here. And you can hear the reception for the hometown heroes. And you know what? It's a good time to talk about Churro because the last couple of minutes of that first period, he had to be huge. Made some big-time saves, had a lot of traffic in front of him. And there's 22 seconds of power play time with Jesse Lowell in the box for holding here for the Wildcats to kill off to start off the second period. Yeah,
Churro was by far the most dominant penalty killer that there was on the ice for that last one, and he's going to have to carry it over with 22 seconds left here. Hopefully they'll take some notes, and we'll see what ASU did on the penalty kill, and they're able to clear out the front of the net a little bit better there.
Now let's see what Arizona State's going to bring right off the hop here. And as I mentioned at the end of the first period, if I'm Tate Green, the head coach of this Sundevils team, I say, hey guys, we weathered their first period, punch in the mouth, everything they could throw at us here. Now we've gotten a couple of power plays. They haven't capitalized yet, but they need to continue down that same path, that same effort and momentum, and eventually they've got to find a way to break through.
And ASU is going to come out here with their top line, it looks like. Lackey on that wing.
We are indeed underway as the Sun Devils will have to regroup. So they'll have to do something off the rush here, even if they can get out of their own zone. It looks like Arizona's going to keep them hemmed in long enough to kill off the remainder of that time. Lowell 5 seconds away from rejoining his teammates. As the rush is on, there's a wrist shot blocked, and out of the box is Lowell, and he can't handle the bouncing puck. He tries to scoop it ahead, but just an awkward start out of the box prevented him from having a nice chance.
And that was almost that perfect breakout pass from the guy coming out of the box. Just Lowell could just not quite handle it. But he's going to look to spring Selman here. Goes off his back. This will head back into the U of A zone. Good penalty kill there, though. Josephson and Selman getting in on the forecheck, not letting ASU set anything up, and we'll get the U of A chance going here yet again.
Now, the penalty kill is hard work. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you get out there and you put your head down, you block some shots, sticks in lanes, and it's a lot of stop and start. It is a lot of energy to expend, but boy, it's such an important part of winning a hockey game.
Yeah, and you speak about the effort required to kill off a penalty. That's why early in this game, you've already had 3. You really want to calm down those parades to the penalty box and make sure you don't lose your legs before the second period's even out.
Absolutely, and this is just night 1 of 2. We're back at it again tomorrow night as well. Johansson in on the left side with a wrist shot. Shoulder save there as Biala able to knock that one down. Rebound stays in, though. And now Arizona State trying to get on it. Looking to move it out of there is Tillman. That's Marcus Tillman wheeling it up through center. He'll flip that one in. Churro will elect to hold it. Boy, he thought about playing it there, but Tillman, nice job to stay on his horse and get to the puck.
Good veteran composure there by Churro. Seasley doesn't really have an option, just covers and decides to take the face off. And the U of A has been a good face-off team so far this year. They trust their centers to be able to win face-offs in the defensive zone. And it's going to be Duke Litwin coming in here to take the face-off in the U of A zone.
Yeah, it's funny. You and I were talking in the intermission about just what a cool, calm, and collected person Churro is on and off the ice. He does not have any hurry or worry, and he just finds a way to get things done, and I think that helps calm his teammates.
I think it does. You know you've got just a rock back there who's proven himself time and time again. But I really think the U of A want to take it to ASU offensively. I don't think they've found their offensive game yet, and there's still definitely time to do so here with 17:50 left in the second.
And now the Wildcats on the break, led by Litwin. Litwin up on that right wing side, cutting backhand save made. Rebound sitting there, did not get through the traffic. Lusby turnaround chance, that was blocked. Puck cleared to the line, not out. Long wrister, blocked on the way through and steered to the corner as Porter able to tip that one away. Now it'll be Palmer.
And Litwin's had a lot of great bursts of speed down the wings over recent games. But here's a good shot from Fritz.
That one turned over to left pad save there. And you know what? Right now I like what U of A is doing on the forecheck here. They're generating and getting the line changes. They get a wraparound chance, save made, and the puck ends up in the netting. But a good couple of shifts right there. Some nice zone time and some good pressure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, sometimes it's just a matter of the percentages, right? Not every shot's going to go in, but you start building up those shot totals, you start building up that time in the offensive zone, and eventually your sign's going to break through. Something interesting here, number 24, Fritz, he actually played under Jeremy Goltz, whose number is being retired tomorrow, for about 6 years. And so Fritz is looking to kind of show his former mentor just what he learned from him, and getting a good chance here on the fourth line center position to try to get something going here with Marshall and Marquis.
And as you mentioned, that jersey retirement ceremony will take place here tomorrow night at Tucson Arena. Come on down and join us for the festivities. And of course, I mean, that's, as you put it earlier, I mean, that's the icing on the cake when you have ASU in town for a pair. So should be an awful lot of fun tomorrow. Hope you can come down and join us. Tickets still available here at Tucson Arena.
Yeah, between the big announcement today for this team, the jersey retirement, the ASU weekend, it's a good time to be a fan of U of A hockey.
Absolutely. And the announcement, in case you missed it today, you can catch a stream on Facebook Live of the new sheets of ice coming to Tucson here. And U of A, a big part of that. And that could have been a tripping call. They let it go and instead turned over, and a chance for the Wildcats, backhanded over top of the net. Fritz after it in the far corner. Fritz trying to work his way to the near side here. He'll flip it to the left point, kept in off Hedgecock's skate, his shot block, kept it in again. Another block, a bouncing puck, he keeps it in one more time.
A little bit of pinball here, back and forth going. Every single ASU player finding a way to get into the lane, but you know, that speaks to their credit, their willingness to lay up the body to block a shot. Not every guy is willing to do that, and ASU on this shift has been doing it, but the U of A keeping the pressure on. They got some fresh bodies here.
And we did talk about that earlier too, about them clogging up the lane, Sebastian, and that's, you know, the Wildcats have to find different ways to attack the net.
Yeah, and you know, the only goal we've seen so far was on that shorthanded break where Jesse Lowell was all alone. We'll see, though, what they can set up with some passing plays in the offensive zone.
We like to see that big hit out of Ben Jones, and now attacking up the right side. Working his way into Selman, into the right wing corner. He'll slide it behind the net. Orfano's trying to turn back for it. And that is wedged out.
Looks like Coach Berman's looking for a little bit of a different look here, moving Orfanos up to the top line to play with Selman and Lowell. He's always a fan of juggling lines if he thinks it's what needs to happen. And Selman, good shot in there.
Putting that one in right on the goalie, make him handle the puck. Turned over in front of the net, a bouncer that Lowell cannot get to. Now it's taken the other way. Studioso on the left side had it checked off his stick, cleared to center, picked up by Kruk. He'll get it to the near side. Searing will turn it in.
You notice there on that last play, Lowell decided to stop up and not throw the hit after the pass had gone. I think Lowell definitely knows in the back of his mind he wants to play that physical, punishing game, but he's taken one trip to the box. He wants to be smart that if he does throw a hit, it's one that's not going to get the ref's hands going up.
Johansson will move it ahead. The Wildcats on the break, fed into the slot. Cusinelli trying to cut through. Turnaround chance, save made, and the rebound sticked into the near side corner.
Cusinelli with a good response after he might have been bumped down to the second line, might have been a line change thing with guys, you know, a little bit awkward lines, but ASU here looking to bring it in.
Larson on the right side had to try to go back for it, and it's cleared.
Good defensive effort by Meyer to get his stick in there, but not cause a penalty, separate the puck. Neither team really have any room in the neutral zone right now. Cusinelli chucks one in on Biala.
He just knocks it away with the blocker. And now the hitting, again, trying to pick up a little bit. I think U of A trying to stick to that physical game plan as well. Certainly keeps the crowd in it. That gives you that little boost as well. Fisher will elect to move it up himself here. Slides the pass ahead nicely into space for Litwin. Litwin left wing, carries wide, puts it in on goal. Biala sticks it away. Litwin on his own rebound. Curling in the right side corner, hooked off the puck. Gets a little help over there on the cycle. Lusby tried to play it back up the wall. It's cleared but not out. Hit a body, stays in. Lusby on it again. And now knocked down to the ice. Josephson trying to get the puck. Lusby feeds up to the point. Timor, their traffic blocker save there by Biala.
There was a lot going on in front of the net on that shot. Biala able to, I don't think he saw that one come through. ASU player got a stick broken there. He'll head off to get a fresh twig.
Boy, too bad they couldn't take advantage of that as Deneen had that stick sawed in half. And right now, Arizona feeling a little bit of momentum here. They're going to look to move the puck back in at the line, but Timor's move was sniffed out.
Yeah, with 12:50 left in this second period, it's been all U of A so far. They've had some great shifts from multiple different lines, creating dangerous chances. We'll see what the fourth line here can do.
They're going to have to create some space here in this game, though. You can't let ASU hang around down by a goal.
No, we've seen that be the tale of tragedy a couple of times here at the Tucson Arena. The Wildcats still came out with shootout wins, but they score in the first, they let teams hang around. That third period comes around, and all it takes is one. So they really want to put an insurance marker on the board, make sure it's not that one goal scenario.
Instead, Arizona stayed up the other way, and there's a poke in on goal, steered away by Churro. That was Connor Tillman, who broke through there with some speed, fed to the right point, kept in, wrist shot, that is blocked. Rebound still sitting in front of the net, and it's finally steered away to the corner. Connor Tillman playing it back around behind the net once again, looking for help from Hoffenkamp. Hoffenkamp out the far side to the slot. Wrist shot, save Churro, and he'll hang on.
It was a good individual effort there from Hoffenkamp to skate out from behind the net. A little bit of stick work, gets into the slot, gets a shot on Churro. But Churro tall, taking away the angles, making sure there's not much to look at over the shoulders. And a good response shift there from ASU. They've been hemmed in their own zone. They haven't generated much in the first about 8 minutes of this period. But they get a chance there. It's going to all be about these response shifts. How do you come back after a bad shift?
We have played 8:09 into the second period. 1-0 U of A and a shorthanded goal by Lowell back in the first period. Draw to the right of the Wildcats net.
It is just a different feeling having the band here in the building tonight.
I love it. Love it. I love how it feels. And so now the Wildcats able to move that draw out to center. And it's turned right back in, so Hull will go back after it. One of the captains for this Wildcats team.
He was one of the faces of the press conference earlier today. An assistant captain and a great leader on this team. So it looks like Orfanos has been moved up to this top line here with Selman and Lowell. Hopefully his physicality and his speed can open up a little bit of that space you were talking about.
And now a chance for Arizona in behind the net. And they're unable to capitalize on that. Let's see how Arizona State trying to go the other way. They'll just fling it into the corner.
So Lamphere dumps it in behind the net. Now Lowell looking for an outlet, tries to go through the center, connects with Cusinelli, and Cusinelli with the one-touch pass, tries to get to Selman, can't quite get it there. U of A still with the puck. Cusinelli stays on sides, feeds it over to the far boards. Lowell trying to go middle. Now it's the defenseman Fisher coming in behind the net. Johansson out in front, gets the puck. Oh, almost found Meyer streaking in for the shot, but unable to connect. And luckily the U of A able to break that up, but ASU right over the line, shot. That one got deflected before it could ever get in on Churro. Now Johansson with a burst of speed down the wing. Not able to get it through. Tries to center it out in front, but good job there by Viala to get the stick and the blocker down, make sure it doesn't get out clean.
Right.
Timor.
Right now, I'll tell you what, Arizona is trying to find a way, aren't they, to get that second goal. They're pressing a little bit. You can feel it. They know they need that cushion.
It just depends how they're going to try to get it. Do they want to go with some dump and chase behind the net, you know, back out in front, or are they going to be able to get any odd man situations here? But it's been a pretty tight checking game so far into this, almost halfway through the second period. Lackey in on the forecheck against Timor, and Timor's got to scramble. Pretty ferocious forecheck here from Lackey, and Lackey, I think Timor caught a little bit of an edge, and Lackey planted him. Timor, though, is a guy who loves to throw the body. He might be looking for number 9 with his head down somewhere in the next here tomorrow, but a good break up here at the ice for Meyer.
Oh, and he overskated the puck, might have got caught. I don't know what happened there. That was actually Ziegler getting a shift out there, as he's getting a chance at forward here today, the extra forward for this Wildcats team. And maybe as, you know, we see the Lions go into the old blender and hit frappe, we might see his number out there a little more often.
Yeah, he's stepping in with Greg Malafronte out of the lineup.
There's a chance, Hull with a shot, score!
What a shot by Matthew Hull.
Hull steps down from the right point and is able to bury that one just under the bar. A big goal for Arizona as they stretch the lead to 2-0.
I remember talking with Tanner Harris about just how accurate of a shot Matthew Hull possesses. He's seen it when as soon as a lane opens up, Matthew Hull is able to snipe those tiny spots. And we talked about how the U of A was going to generate offense and pick up that next goal. And there, it's a turnover. Defenseman from the point skates in, great wrist shot, bar down. Matthew Hull giving the U of A a 2-0 lead here.
10:57 time of the goal. So Dawson Marshall with the setup on that one. And now Arizona State trying to respond, and there's Churro shutting it down with a right pad on that post, and it's cleared out down the ice. This will be an icing call against Arizona, but the building is as loud as we've heard it all night.
As loud as we've heard it all season, I would say. This is the atmosphere for these games is just impossible to convey if you haven't made it to one. If you couldn't make it to the game tonight, we've got another one tomorrow at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Come join us here at the Tucson Arena and feel what this atmosphere is like in person. I think we've got a deal on Jell-O shots as well, which never hurts.
I will not be going anywhere near that, thank you.
But ASU here, it was a good response from Hoppenkamp to get a good burst of speed and try to generate something. ASU not going to sit back here.
Well, and they can't. They have to find a way to try to take the play to the Wildcats more. Now that Arizona's got a 2-goal lead, now the pressure does swing back the other way onto the Sundevils side of things, where they could probably feel good about hanging around down by a goal, being the road team, now down by 2. It starts to feel a little different.
And Jesse Lowell with a great individual effort.
Lowell breaking in. There's a chance. Rebound. What a stop, Biala. And the puck. Well, we got a whistle, and now we get some pushing and shoving to the side of the net. We get a little bit of a pile up here. What an individual move by Lowell to break in front. Then there was a rebound, and Biala made 2 brilliant back-to-back saves.
Yeah, that puck was sitting right in the blue paint, and I just think Dawson Marshall got too tied up with his man to get a stick on it. The extracurriculars, though, of course, coming out. Anytime a player gets close to your goalie, you're going to make sure that they know that they're going to pay for it. But Jesse Lowell, what a great job of edge work to be able to cut inside, not collide with Biala, get a shot on, and almost able to follow up on the rebound.
Face-off will be to the left of the Sundevils net. 7:40 to go in the second. 2-0 U of A in the lead. Hull's got his 4th of the year. Lowell his 6th. That was a shorthanded goal back in the first period. And right now, Arizona on it again. There's a pass for Lowell in front. It couldn't connect. Right back the other way. McGrath trying to lead it ahead. Turned away, and now a lot of back and forth, as you mentioned earlier, and really looking for either team to maybe have another shift or two of some dominant zone time as Arizona tries to do just that, but they turn the puck over again.
Yeah, the cycle game hasn't been present for either team so far. I just think the defensive effort from both has been so good, but good job Shively there to get it over to Selman for a nice shot off the pad to Biala.
Selman after the rebound behind the net.
Kowalchuk made Selman pay for his effort in the offensive zone, but I think that's what ASU is going to look to do. They got to find a way to get some momentum, and
got away with that pass. That was not the best decision, however, it just happened to work out.
Sometimes you got to be lucky to be good. Johansson here with a great move.
Tried to go near post with it. Cusinelli now out there with this unit as we have a little pile up in front of the net, and now we got a penalty coming up against Arizona State for the retaliation. And that's always what you see called. As they were going back and forth in front of the net, it was Johansson who was tied up with Kowalchuk, but it's Kowalchuk who's going to put the Wildcats back on the power play.
And, as the captain of ASU, Kowalchuk's probably feeling a little bit of frustration here, down 2-0 in the second period, coming into this amazing atmosphere in the Tucson building. And that's one of the student section areas right behind the penalty box, so Kowalchuk's going to get a lot of a lot of commentary on his decision there to head to the penalty box. But the U of A with a big chance here on the power play to make this 3-0 and put the hurt on ASU.
Second power play of the night for the Wildcats as the puck is cleared down the ice.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of that penalty, 13 minutes, 34 seconds in the second period. And it puts your Wildcats on the hook. Transportation power play.
Here's Cusinelli up the left side at the dot shot. Biala the save, and he will hang on. No hurry to move that rebound. Chance right there. But as you mentioned, this is a huge power play for the Wildcats right now. You make this a 3-goal game, and the complexion is totally different.
It really feels like it's, you know, it's never putting the game away completely, but you get a penalty there from your captain of ASU. If the U of A can make them pay on this one, it's either going to fire ASU up or completely demoralize them. You just never know. But the U of A here with a good chance to get something going and establish some offensive zone time, but
Cusinelli punching in. There's a shot. Biala the save as he tried to go 5-hole on him, and once again it is sent down the ice off the dasher. Interesting how the Wildcats are able to generate off the rush here on this power play. They haven't set much up in the zone, but they've had chances on the zone entry.
Well, ASU's letting them skate in. They're backing off their
There's a chance. Tip, they score! As you mentioned right there, the defense just backs off and allows for that pass. Johansson threading it through. And I want to say, was that Lowell on the backdoor tip? Looks like it was. Lowell's got his second of the game. This time it's a power play goal, and it's 3-0.
And the U of A just skate over the blue line there with 3 skaters. No pushback from the ASU defenseman. Lowell goes backdoor, and Johansson finds him for another dagger in the heart of this ASU team. 5:23 left in the second. It is now 3-0 U of A. And we'll see if the U of A is going to look to run him out of the building here.
Well, as you mentioned, that was frustration penalty by Kowalczyk to begin with. I can't imagine he came out of the box feeling any better.
No, I don't think that was the therapy session he was hoping for.
But what a great pass, too, by Johansson to find Lowell. And again, off the rush, a nice save by Churro there. But that's exactly what we talked about. And you mentioned them giving up too much time and space. And U of A really hadn't set anything up off the power play as far as zone time, but they didn't need to.
That's just a 3-man rush over the blue line. You have your man going down the left side on the left wing, get it back to your guy going down the right wing back door. No pressure, no pushback from ASU on the zone entry, and on a power play, that can kill you, and it just did for ASU.
Well, now, we talk about shifts after goals all the time. I will be extremely curious to see how this goes for ASU.
Yeah, we're going to see, and it's going to look like Josephson's going to be able to skate right in, and he gets taken down.
Empty net, chance in front. Puck bounced off Josephson and went out the other way. Nice job by Litwin to throw it in front. He tried to bank it in off his own guy. It almost worked.
It was a very creative looking play there from Litwin as Josephson took a good drive to the net, collided with Biala. But I'd say that was a better shift for the U of A, and ASU just looks a little bit lost out here on the ice right now.
I think it's kind of telling the way this game is going right now. Biala is fighting for all he can, but right now the defense is just allowing Arizona to just take it wide, drive in with some speed, and get literally right in on the goaltender.
Yeah, and we've seen Lowell pull that exact move a little bit earlier. And if they're going to give you that time and space, why would you not take it? They're not being forced to make quick passes. You know, we would love to see some beautiful tape-to-tape cycling going on, but if you don't need it to score 3, stick with the game plan.
And really, when you see defense backing up like that, to me, that's just a lack of confidence. It's a lack of confidence that you're going to be able to stick with the guy. You're afraid, so you give them too much room on the gap. You want to make sure somehow you're covering back for something, but by doing it, you're taking yourself out of the ability to make a play and giving Arizona more room. And now here they come again up the right wing side. Marshall charging in, has a man going to the net in front and unable to connect there in that backdoor feed. That was Fritz, couldn't get a stick on it.
And I think that was the better defensive effort there from ASU. They actually try to close the time and space and get on their man immediately, which is probably the only reason that doesn't result in another goal for the U of A, because Fritz had a lot of net looking at back door again. But he got tied up, as well did Marshall.
Well, Arizona, another one of those cross-ice defensive zone passes that's never a good idea. And this time, ASU keeps it in. They'll try to set it up on the right wing side. Edgar with a shot to the point. That one is knocked away. And a little bit of bumping in front of the net. But again, the Wildcats try to skate it to center, but it's turned over and sent gently back in there. Now a chance in the stretch. Left side is Marshall 3-on-1. Marshall feeds it into the high slot. There's a backhand feed across and a chop at it. Puck is still free in front of the net. Can they dig it out? It's still loose. Finally, it's pulled out of there by Hoffenkamp. He'll race back the other way. 3-on-2 for Arizona State. There's a backdoor feed and then hopped away from Lackey. Lackey around to the far side. Here's Hoffenkamp. He'll move to the left point. Sundevils trying to get some momentum going as Churro makes a save there. This is turning into a bit of a track meet.
A little bit. Now we've got Orfanos breaking down
in off the goal post.
What a shot that was. Hits the goalpost and comes right back out the other side. Lackey trying to do it all himself.
Here's a chance in front. A shot saved. Churro, and he got a piece with the right arm as the puck goes behind the net.
Connor Tillman with a golden chance. And the U of A wants to play with confidence here, and they deserve to play with confidence, but you can't play with carelessness. With 2:35 left in the second, you've got a commanding 3-0 lead. You've got your home crowd completely behind you. And
now 2-on-0 on the stretch pass. Tillman in, a feed in front. Churro, left pad save, and he'll hold on to the rebound. Huge stop from Anthony Churro.
And that 2-on-0, you want to talk about playing with a little bit of carelessness. Not a great line change there for the U of A. They give ASU an incredible amount of time and space, but Connor Tillman just not able to make anything happen with it.
Wow. It really did open up so much there. Odd man rushes each way, and I mean a couple of them each way. Right now, U of A does. They have to rein it in a little bit here. I know you want to throw the big hit. I know you want the odd man chance, but they've got to take care of things. That shot tipped in on goal, and it actually went off of Shively's
Yeah, I think
stick.
Shively almost had a perfect angle there on Churro, but luckily able to keep that one in.
Puck on a play. Might be the only way they're going to be able to beat him.
Yeah, if you can rely on the U of A to keep scoring goals even into their own net, maybe that's the game plan right now. But that 2-on-0, I will say though, we've talked about the way the defense did not look confident. That 2-on-0 did not look like two players who knew exactly what they wanted to do there. There was a little hesitation. It allows the back checker to get back, and Churro's able to just fight off the little, it was just a little soft one off the pads really at the end of it, but the visual of that 2-on-0 is pretty terrifying from up here.
Icing against the Wildcats. 2:04 to go in the second period. 3-0 U of A up on Arizona State. And we invite you to stay tuned for our second period intermission report as well. Sebastian, you want to give us a little preview of what's coming up?
We are going to have an interview with Jesse Lowell, who we decided was probably going to be a physical, presence tonight before practice on Tuesday, and he definitely ended up being that. Ooh, dangerous shot there.
You may have been looking into your crystal hockey puck to see that one.
Or we just know what Lowell likes to do every single time he hits the ice.
There you go.
Tonight he did not disappoint.
Lowell's got 2 here tonight, a shorty and a power play goal. It's 3-0 Arizona.
Lackey with a nice little seltzer pass over to Plord, but just luckily U of A able to get a stick in the lane, deflects out. And Lackey still, definitely skating like he's still in this game. 1:43 left in the second. U of A up 3-0. But, this is a pride game for both teams, too. You might not come out with the score line you want, but you want to make sure that you do not quit on a game like this, because we're going to be right back at it tomorrow.
There's a long wrister, tipped in, they score. Let's see who might have gotten a piece of that one in front. Hard to say, as the shot came in from the point from Palmer. But I think in the Arizona State Sundevils trying to rile up their fans here.
I think that goal is going to get attributed to Plord, who got in there on a good tip from the point, good shot from the point.
Lackey was halfway up the slot as well, so it'll be interesting to see who they do give this one to. But it is a huge goal for Arizona State, which is 1:39 left in this second period.
That completely changes the complexion of this game. ASU, they never felt like they were out of it, but they feel like they probably are right back in it right now.
That's Plord from Palmer. Time on the Sundevil goal, 18 minutes, 21 seconds in the second period.
So Plord does indeed get the credit for the tip. And now Arizona State feeling itself a little bit, but big hit on the near side from Jones and a penalty coming up because of it. And Jones just got run hard in the corner. Boy, that wasn't even disguised.
No, that was a dangerous play there.
Ziegler's tied up here at the blue line, and he may end up throwing. I'll be honest with it. So Ziegler up here at the blue line with Palmer, and they're getting the sticks up. Oh, this could get ugly.
Yeah, we're going to need a ref to
figure
out what's going on, skate in here, but Ziegler.
And wow, he just rips him down to the ice. What a job there by Connor Ziegler.
And they're still going at it. It took the refs a long time to get someone over here.
Wyatt Palmer definitely bit off more than he could chew there. Ziegler just wrestled him right down to the ice.
And Ben Jones threw that huge hit on Lackey, but I'm not sure which ASU player it was that came in and threw that late hit on Jones, but if the refs don't get a hold of this game, things are going to get ugly quick. They just got pretty ugly there. I mean, it's a beautiful sight, but it's ugly at times too.
And I did not see who the Arizona State player coming in was. I would not be surprised because literally whoever it was came in from about the left point, maybe the top of the left circle. And to me, that's probably a 10.
That should be
if
a game.
If not a game, but I don't know if I'd go game. I might go 10 on that one, in addition to whatever the two that might be there. I think that pretty much, I would expect that'll even up whatever Jones was going to get at the very least.
At the very least.
And then probably what we saw at center ice, that also evens itself up. But yeah. I would be shocked if we didn't get at least a 10 out of the deal.
Yeah, that is not a roughing, that's not a charge, that's a combination of about every penalty you could take in one there. So we'll see what the refs are going to decide to do here. But they let Ziegler and Palmer just go at each other WWE style for a pretty long time there before a linesman decided, hey, maybe I'll go check out what's out.
They were paying attention at all. They were so wrapped up with what was going on in the corner. They just were not looking at what was going on at center ice.
Yeah, it got ugly quick there because Clayton Lackey is a top, if not the top player for ASU. He takes a huge hit from Jones as he's going down, and then ASU decides to respond by taking a huge run at Jones. So we'll see what ends up being the calls here. The refs are going to have a lot of decisions on their hands. But you really do want to see the physicality and intensity continue, but those late hits like that against the boards, if Jones doesn't get up after that, this game goes from a lot of cheering and happiness to a very different mood and atmosphere quickly.
And Jones's hit, the initial hit on that near side, that was going to be a hit that was penalized. And I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. You can make that call, especially knowing the way these two teams get. It's just, and you expect the pile in the corner.
Uh-huh.
But a guy coming in from, 50 feet away,
I mean, I was looking at Jones in the corner thinking all the retaliation was already occurring, and then literally out of left field comes another ASU skater and decides to try to put Jones through the glass and into the stands.
And I wish I had seen exactly who that was, and I apologize. I didn't. And again, these numbers are just horrible to try to see what's what. But
yeah, that gold outline is not helping a lot with maroon on black for us up here in the booth. Luckily, Jones, though, who is just returning from an injury, is, stays in the game. He doesn't look like he's hurt. And it looks like the ASU player in the box is, oh, no, that's not. That is not going to happen.
We got fans throwing stuff into the box.
And we're going to have a fan thrown out of the game here. There's the good old video of Ty Domi going at it with a fan in the box. You might think you're tough as a fan throwing beer into the box, but you don't want to jump in there. So that's going to be
You know what my favorite thing about that was? That was in Philadelphia, I think, if I remember correctly. Domi was asked after the game, because if you didn't see the incident, so what happened was the fans were pushing on the glass and eventually fell in to the penalty box with Domi, and they asked him about it after the game. He said, I don't know, nice to see the fans get involved with the game, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, we love our fans here at the U of A. We love passionate fans. That's going to cross the line. That's going to cross the line for anybody, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not behavior that's condoned. And I realize it's not tight domey in the penalty box here. And can you imagine how terrified that fan was when they actually no longer had that barrier? Everybody's tough when they got the plexiglass in front of them.
Yeah, everyone's willing to, act like a tough guy when there's no chance of repercussions. But I guarantee you that ASU player, if he would have been able to hop out of the box, I don't think that fan would have been having the best evening.
No, and you could say what you want or yell. I'm not a fan of people who sit there pound the glass and whatever. But okay, if that's your thing, okay.
If you want to wear a green man suit and do some weird dances and show your crotch all over television, I'll get behind that. If you want to wear an astronaut suit, I'm all behind that. But you start throwing beer on players and you're going to be having a quick night home.
You're inspiring all these stories out of me while we fix this down here. So, Green Man you're talking about is in Vancouver.
Yep.
So when I was with the Predators, I was in there, we're calling a game, and Mike Fisher takes a penalty. And this is before Fish married Carrie Underwood, but they were dating and it had just come out. So the Green Man guy had a picture of Carrie Underwood. And when Fish got in the penalty box, he was next to him right up on the glass, and he was like petting Carrie and like giving her kisses and everything. And you can see Fish on the monitor, he's just staring straight ahead. And I asked him after the game, because I had to, and I said, did you see that at all? He goes, I saw it, and I thought it was hilarious. He's like, but I couldn't look, and I couldn't laugh. He's like, I thought it was really, really funny. He's like, but I couldn't acknowledge it. He's like, so I just had to stare straight ahead and try to keep a straight face.
That is, and it looks like we're going to have Kowalchuk and Palmer heading down the tunnel.
Well, there's only a minute left in the period.
Yeah. We'll see if they send Jones down the U of A tunnel since, yep, they're going to send him down the...
So that must have been Kowalchuk that came in from the point.
Yeah, I believe it was. It was going to be Ziegler who's going off.
And I'm not surprised to see all four of these guys leave the ice right now. I'm sure Jones will leave the ice too. So for Kowalchuk coming in, I think that's really what we're going to need to try to find out the explanation on here is what he may end up with. If anything extra out of it. And he was the guy who took the frustration penalty earlier, if you remember, that led to that U of A power play goal in this period.
And he is the team captain, so you do expect a response from him when a player takes a big hit like that, but the response shouldn't be charge from halfway across the ice and throw a guy into the board as hard as you can, because you're going to end up being thrown out of the game most likely, but we'll see. But then again, if he does not return tonight, he will return tomorrow night and be back on the ice.
Well, provided it's not a disqualification.
That's true. So we'll have to see what all the clarifications here. So for anyone who's not aware, in the ACHA, fighting is not legal technically because you will get disqualified for the following game if you do decide. And I'd be interested to see if they classify the Ziegler-Palmer exchange as a fight or more of just a tussle. We'll have to get the calls here. It looks like it's going to be...
They will probably, I'm going to guess, not classify that as a fight, maybe a minor or double minor for roughing. So we actually do have a 5-minute major up for Arizona State. Once we can iron this out, we will, but with a minute to go, here we go.
5 minutes for charging and a game misconduct.
So there you go, 5 in a game.
Arizona State penalty on number 25, Wyatt Palmer, a game misconduct.
Now with 48 seconds left.
Arizona penalty on number 22, Connor Ziegler, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Arizona penalty on number 17, Ben Jones, a game misconduct.
Okay, so we'll bring that to you. So Jones, game misconduct. Palmer, game misconduct. Kowalchuk, 5 for charging and a game misconduct. Ziegler, 2 for cross-checking. So it's 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, essentially, which will be the last 20 seconds of this period. And then a 3-minute major power play, one of the more rare things you end up with in hockey, but that'll be in the third period for Arizona. So right now, 4-on-4 to wrap it up. 10 seconds left to go here in the frame. Arizona State trying to get a shot off here if they can. They'll feed it around the rim. 5 seconds to go. A centering feed there is slapped away, and that'll do it. The horn goes. Things come to a close here. So let's try to set the stage here for period number 3. So it's 3-1 Arizona after 2. We now have 54 seconds of 4-on-4 time awaiting us in the third. And then after that, we are going to end up coming up with another setup that's going to be a 3-minute major power play. So it's still a major power play, Sebastian, but just because this 2-minute penalty has to run its course, they'll get that man out. And it doesn't matter how many times they score at that point. They will have a chance to put a little bit more space on this ASU team. Plus, keep in mind now, both Palmer and Kowalczyk, game misconducts, they're gone.
Yeah, but losing Ben Jones, too, is going to be that's a blow to the U of A on the back end. But what a chaotic sequence of events right there. That was just... I mean, these teams, when they meet together, you can expect a lot of penalty minutes, but we're going to come out of this second period with a lot of penalty minutes. That goalie fight video, which set the stage for the second period, 141 penalty minutes in that game. We'll see if tonight if we're going to push for another record, but I think the message in both locker rooms is we've got another game tomorrow, guys. We got to have enough players on the ice for that one. So a lot of bad blood between these teams boils over at a critical moment, and this third period is going to set the stage for, do things calm down and do the guys get more disciplined, or does it go the other way? As a broadcaster up here in the box, it's a little bit nerve-wracking to try to figure out which one it might be, because if this gets much uglier, the refs are going to have a lot of work to do on their hands before the end of this period, third.
That is for certain. We may see... Well, who knows what we're going to see in the third period, but I'll tell you what, we will be here for it. So we're going to take a break, step aside. When we come back, second period intermission on the way. University of Arizona with a 3-1 lead over Arizona State. This is Wildcats hockey.
I'm Matt Tiart here with Jesse Lowell. We're playing Arizona State this weekend. What's some of your favorite memories so far of the series?
Favorite memories, I mean, it's not something really specific, but just even a little hit against the glass, I mean, the crowd just erupts. So that's always something that's really cool against them.
Okay, and a good segue, your physicality, your style of play. You've carried that all season. How do you want to continue that against ASU?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I developed as a freshman. We had a lot of older guys who were preaching that kind of play, and I just try and put that in my game, and I think it opens up a lot of space for me. So it's a good part that I really like to use.
Thanks, Jesse.
And we are back at Tucson Arena, where right now the hometown heroes coming back out on the ice, and Arizona State also being greeted on their side of the ice. There are Sundevils faithful here cheering on their team. It's 3-1 Wildcats. Both teams at the end of the period, we'll call it a dust up, a Donnybrook, a brouhaha, whatever you want to classify it as. Things started to get a little ornery out there.
Yeah, I think the physicality went from, you know, the good old type of hard body check to who can punch each other in the face as hard as you can at the moment. So we do have some clarifications on all of the penalties that came out of that. I'll hand it over to Tom to go through the laundry list of calls that we had at the very end of that period.
Okay, so we do have a change, and it concerns the Arizona penalty calls. So it was not Ziegler for cross-checking and Jones with a misconduct. Flip that. It is Jones who does get the 2-minute minor for cross-checking, but that's all that was. It was a 2-minute cross-checking penalty. That's what's being served right now. Ziegler gets the game misconduct instead, so he's out. Number 22 is gone for the Wildcats. Both Palmer and Kowalchuk do get game misconducts, and the 5-minute charging major for Kowalchuk is what's up on the board on the Arizona State side of things right now. So that means we are 4-on-4 for the next roughly half minute, and then we are going to go to a 3-minute major power play situation for the Arizona Wildcats.
And on that power play situation, we got a good chance here for the U of A.
U of A trying to push early, not waiting for the power play, looking to get it going 4-on-4. And right now, Arizona State pushing back, trying to drive in on goal. Churro with a paddle down, he'll just hang on.
And Kowalchuk and Palmer, the two ASU players who do get thrown out of the game, that's the top pairing defense for ASU. So they are going to be on a 3-minute penalty kill where you can score as many times as you can as the U of A without the two best defensemen of ASU, because they're going to be spending the rest of the evening in the locker room. So a big chance here for the U of A to run up the score and set the stage for an absolutely insane battle tomorrow evening.
So 34 seconds into the period right now. We have 21 seconds left to go in this 4-on-4 situation, and then it becomes a 3-minute major power play. Not 5 minutes because of that 2-minute minor that was running. However, if Arizona scores while on the power play continues. Here's Arizona State pushing in. There's a backhand try. Churro save. Big rebound to the slot. Churro over to his left, make the save. Another one coming in. That is tipped wide. The final chance by DeBolt. He shoved it wide. And now the Wildcats have the power play. Driving on the right side. Orfanos in with a shot tipped to the netting. And that'll get a whistle and an offensive zone draw. So now Wildcats on the major power play. But again, Anthony Churro, huge.
Yeah, I don't think Churro expected that. That seemed that opportunity kind of came out of nowhere, but Churro with the lightning quick reactions and a couple very dangerous rebounds coming out into the slot, and ASU able to follow up, but big saves again from Churro. And with 3 minutes on this, 2:46 to be exact, on this major power play, give the U of A a chance to set up here and maybe tire the ASU team out, tire out these penalty killers early.
Face off to the left of the Arizona State net. Hole will get it to the right side. Here's Timor near dot. Timor, right point hole, swings it over across back to the near dot. Timor slot shot, save made as Biala with a nice stop there. Orfanos tried to go 5-hole. But boy, it was close. Biala just closed the gate.
Great passing play there to set up Orfanos right dead center of the slot. Timor, Cusinelli, both incredibly dangerous scores. You got to respect that, and that leaves Orfanos in the soft spot. But Biala up to the task on that one.
And now the puck cleared on down the ice. Churro will leave it there. Minute and a half gone here in the third. 3-1, U of A in the lead. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. Come on back and join us here at Tucson Arena. Plenty of tickets still available for that game. Boy, Timor almost had his head removed there, but he gets the puck in. And the Wildcats able to set up.
Timor has been the target of a lot of attention from this ASU team, probably because ASU knows Timor is by far one of the U of A's best players, but he has had a target on his back this whole game.
Here's Hole. Dancing behind his own net, he'll go right side. Timor. He'll slide it to the left wing. And now Shively tried to thread it through. It ends up in the near corner. Johansson looking to send it behind the net. That's cut off. Now they'll battle for it behind the cage. Johansson and Meyer in the pile. Johansson out with the near side, kicks it up the wall. Fisher at the right point, slides it over to Shively. Shively into that left side corner. They'll rotate it around up top to Fisher, back to the left half wall, feed down low. Shively could not control the pass. They'll get it back onto the near side. Here's Selman up top, over one-time shot. Meyer blockered away by Biala. Now a chance side of the net, and Johansson backing up, is shouldered down as he let the shot go, and Biala hangs on.
Yeah, with 1:08 left in this power play, some good chances for the U of A. That was a sneaky little play there by Meyer. Looks like he's going to go across, but got Clayton Lackey over at the Zamboni doors. With an equipment issue over there, but some good press here by the U of A on this power play. Biala with a big blocker save there at the end of that sequence. But with a minute left in this major power play, 17-13 left in the third period, the U of A wants to take a commanding lead into tomorrow night's game. So we're going to do it all. We're going to run it back and do it all again tomorrow.
We are. Lackey is pointing over towards his locker room. And are we going to have a goalie change here?
I think we are.
We are. This is ASU calling a timeout without calling a timeout.
That's going to be interesting. Biala looked pretty good in that sequence. I'm not sure if they just want to rest him for tomorrow. He didn't look like he was injured in any way, but this is going to be Dawson Roden, number 31, coming in support.
Well, not the most unusual of moves, but as I mentioned, what it does is it buys you extra time during this whole moment where you're able to pick up the announcement here. So indeed, Roden is in there stretching out, and he will, at least for now, be the goaltender who takes over. Not sure if they might flip back to Biala at some point. It looks like, and so the UA medical trainer is actually on the ASU bench, so let's see if she does go to 10 to Biala. Yeah, I believe so. I believe she is looking at the goaltender on the bench right now. So
yeah, it might have been Biala. Might have pulled something there in that scramble, making that save. That's going to be the ASU starter, who's been great for them so far. Out on this one, Roden coming in support.
Face-off will be to the right. This is a tough spot to come in too. Your team's on a power play or a penalty killing situation right now that's critical in this game.
Yeah, you're going to face your first shots, but good defensive job there by Lackey, getting up in the middle, break up that pass. Individual effort to get it all the way down the ice.
Cusinelli, no look, is turned over. Here's a dangerous chance in the slot, blockered away. And a big stop there by Churro. Careless passes, but now back the other way. Here's Orfanos feeding it left side. Shot, and that one missed on the stick side.
Cusinelli just not able to pick that corner.
Cole feeding it over. They'll try to set it up quickly again, though. Time ticking down to the power play. And now another penalty coming up. Over the left side, there's a wrist shot in. That one is blocked away onto the far side, picked up by Lowell. He'll get it back. Cusinelli into the slot. Turnaround chance, tipped on the way through wide.
U of A are going to try to play keep away. Not able to get it through the slot. Roden gets a stick on it. We're going to get a slashing call, I believe, here on ASU.
So 14 seconds of 5-on-3 before the major comes to an end. And you're right, it is a slashing call that's been issued here.
Brendan Studioso going to the box. And that's one thing when you're on that long penalty kill. Oh, and Biala is being escorted off the ice here by the U of A medical trainer. Looks like Biala is not skating too well, so unfortunately he's going to be out. See.
Boy, you never want to see anybody get hurt, that's for sure. And he is limping as he goes back towards the locker room area.
Well, you see the way these goalies move, and I don't understand how they haven't torn every single ligament from the waist down, but Biala was great so far in this game, kept ASU in it to this point, but it's going to be Roden's job now to step in.
Here's Holt at the right point.
2 minutes for slashing. Time for that penalty.
So 5-on-3 coming to a close. One-timer, they score! just as the 5-on-3 was coming to a close, Arizona cashes in, and Jesse Lowell's got the hat trick.
Jesse Lowell came to play tonight. Huge hits in the first period, now a hat trick to go along with it. I'm not sure if the U of A fans know it was a hat trick. Oh, there we go. There's the first hat onto the ice. We'll see if anyone else follows suit. But Jesse Lowell with a standout game tonight for the UA Wildcats.
And how about the passing and the use of that open space on the ice to set that up? Now, the talk becomes, was the major over? I don't think it was. So on the scoreboard, it looks like we have 4 seconds left. Okay, so here's how it should work. If the major was still going, see, they're taking that other minor off the board.
So, because it should work where, because the minor, had the minor come into so the minor should come off. No, that doesn't. No,
this was a goal scored on a major power play, and now that is the primary penalty, but because it's a major power play, it doesn't go away. And that's kind of what Chad Berman is saying. Now, okay, I'll say this. I don't know if the ACHA has different rules when it comes to this or not. I'm honestly don't know.
It looks like it's going to still be 5-on-4 here.
Well, and that's because they're leaving the major up, so it's only going to be 4 seconds of power play time here.
Okay. Well, an interesting sequence there, but Jesse Lowell with a sharp angle shot, not far above that goal line, is able to find that open net.
So now we're back to even strength. Turnover the high slot rib tie.
Dangerous turnover there with Lackey skating onto that one.
It sounds like they gave an assist to Selman, but not to Hole on that one. I would expect that Hole will end up with one at some point, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, and Lowell looking for his 4th of the game.
He's feeling it.
Jesse Lowell came to play tonight. He always does, but wow, he has really been impressive this evening.
I'll tell you this. I know it's 4-1 right now, but there's just over 15 minutes of hockey left in this third period. Arizona better start cleaning up the passes in their own zone, or they're going to let the Sundevils right back into this.
There's been a number of blind passes that have led to turnovers that I think if this was a 1-1 game, that looks a lot more damning than it does right now. But with the lead they have, you can kind of get away with it on the eye test, but you start going in and it's going to change.
I don't like it. It needs to change. They need to stop the blind passes, and you can't take your foot off the gas. It's that simple, especially against a rival like Arizona State. Here's a chance into the slot, blocker save. What a stop by Roden.
Cusinelli with a great burst of speed to get in there to get himself open for a shot.
And Arizona trying to keep the offensive pressure on right now.
And Roden, U of A has not given Roden an easy entry into this game. He has been tested.
Truck gets put into the glass there now. The puck turned over center. Johansson getting it back onto the left side. Here's Lusby trying to drive in. He's pushed off into the corner. Lusby onto the near side, lost the handle. Puck bouncing around to the far wing, not out, kept into the point. Timor tried to force it across, a bouncer that's turned over, and the pass up the middle. Nice job by Fisher to pluck it out of the air.
And that was a bouncing, bobbling puck that just no one could quite get a hold of, but if they could have, that ASU player would have been gone on a breakaway.
Lusby ends up with it. He'll backhand it in. Just past the 6-minute mark of this third period. 4-1, Wildcats in the lead.
Josephson with a good job to finish his hit there, but for how rowdy the last period ended.
Oh, what a dangle by Lusby, and then he got the shot through. That one almost ended up in the net.
Lusby has some terrific hands, and him drawing back into this lineup recently has completely changed the offensive dynamic. Now Litwin
with a backhand. That would have stopped. Rebound is shoved wide to the near post. And right now, it feels very much like the Wildcats are trying to cash this game out and just put it away. Then that's what they need to do. They need to, keep the foot on the gas. Timor will feed it far. Dot, wrister in front. No tip there. Timor quickly down the right side, looking to put it in front again. Cross-ice feed is tipped away out of the zone.
And Lusby was looking for Fritz at the back door wide open, just couldn't quite connect with him. They're looking terrific on the offensive side of things. As much as we've been harping on their defensive passing, the offense is looking great right now.
Lackey ran into a sea of white jerseys, and that's a little bit of a touchy call, but we're going to get a cross-check there, and it's going to give Arizona State a power play. Marquis there. I understand why that call is made. Whether I agree with it or not is another story, but I understand why it's made.
I've got watching Studioso and the way he's played so far this game, I got a feeling he could have stayed on his skates, but he feels that push, he goes down, and it's going to be Marquis heading to the box. I will say, though, Marquis with a good bit of athleticism to have a nice little vertical jump over Studioso after he went down, but Wildcats will have to kill yet another penalty here. With 12.
Fourth power play of the night for Arizona State. And I'll tell you what, the best penalty killer on the ice has been the goaltender, Churro, who's been fantastic tonight.
Yeah, he is really helping their penalty kill percentage get a little bit of a boost here, and it's needed it. But Churro is such a stalwart goalie.
Puck is kept in on the left side here. That's Connor Tillman feeding it down to the near side, and now a big check in the corner, ends up back with Tillman. Tillman just dancing up the wall to the near point. Cut across the blue line, his shot tipped way out of play.
Good job by Hull there to stay with his man, keep the stick in the lane, make sure that shot gets deflected up into the netting.
And if you're just joining us, a reminder that both Kowalski and Palmer game misconducts for this Arizona State team, so their top two defensemen are out. Also picking up a game misconduct, Ziegler for the Arizona Wildcats. And all that kind of breaking down at the end of the second period. But those are two big names missing right now, especially on this power play for the Sundevils.
They are. Penalty kill and power play. But we'll see if they're able to get anything generated here.
Trying to move the puck around up top. Here's a backdoor feed, and that one scoots off the stick of Edgar. He'll move it back up top to Bolt. Edgar on the left side, Studioso. Studioso to his right, leaving it back off. A lot of motion up top from Arizona State here on this power play, but they really haven't gotten much through.
No, U of A's keeping them to the outside, keeping them up high in the point, making sure Churro can see those shots. Almost a sneaky little feed out there in front, but doesn't get there.
And he finally did get one through, but we're unable to get to the rebound. Quickly turn back up. Here's Hoffenkamp with a left wing lead. Left off at the line, time ticking down to the power play, 32 seconds and counting. 4-1, Arizona's got the lead here.
Ooh, Meyer almost was able to pick that one off in the middle. It just gets through his stick.
We saw that earlier. Lowell ended up in a shorthanded breakaway that he converted for his first of 3 here tonight.
See Lowell with the hit hat trick and the goal hat trick tonight. He has been all over the score sheet. But ASU here have not been able to, they've barely gotten a shot through, let alone anything in the middle. Great block there by Meyer.
Trying to force one there, and now a shorthanded situation now, and a rush up the right side. There's a shot, they score! No, did that go off the post and out the other side? Oh my goodness, I thought that went in. Marquis' shot hit the post, hit the goalie, and went out.
I thought I saw the twine move on that one. I
thought it was middle bar, but apparently it was post.
Marquis with coming out of the box with a head of steam, almost able to get one there. But he's going to head right back in on the forecheck.
Wow. All of a sudden, it was a 3-on-2, and Marquis thought he had it. And actually, even I believe Roden froze too in the Arizona State net. He thought it was in.
Yeah, I don't think anyone doubted that it had gone in for a second, but this will stay a 4-1 game with 10 minutes left in the third.
And no goal light, so we'll live with that. It's not like we have video review.
No, we do trust the man in the little box back there to let us know. Hedgecoke here with a good job. Ooh, that hit a stanchion, took a good, fortunate bounce for the U of A.
Wildcats trying to get back to putting some pressure on here after getting through that penalty kill. And now up, that could end it. No, they let that one go. Okay, well, Josephson got away with one there, and Arizona State back the other way. I thought they might have been tightening things up here in this latter half of the third period as Jones back out there, and he's continuing to work on his check, and now the referee back there, I think he's taking both of them.
Yeah, that's going to be Kylie Ram for ASU and Ben Jones, who started going at each other in the behind the play. And I think that's the type of officiating we expected after the end of that second period, where everything got real ugly real quick. The refs are just going to quickly say, all right, a couple stick checks off to the box. And that's one thing I found very interesting in this third period. I think that physicality and that anger and, you know, kind of climax there at the end of the second period, and it really seems like things have settled down into more of kind of the classic style of hockey. But in these games between these two teams, you always expect at least one explosive moment. We certainly saw it there in the second. But halfway through the third here, things have been pretty civil so far, and as soon as they get out of that civility, 2 guys to the box, matching minors there on Jones.
So 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes here.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Wildcat penalty on number 17, Ben Jones. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalties, 10 minutes, 44 seconds.
So slashing to Jones, cross-checking for Kylie Ram.
Oh, Studioso.
Oh, no. Well, Lowell slow to get up, but he does get up.
I'm surprised the ref's hand stayed down on that one. That was right in the numbers for Lowell. You know, that puck was long gone when Studioso throws that hit.
Boy, oh boy, that was something.
Yeah, I was glad to see Lowell pop up there. He was holding his head there for a second. But Studioso, definitely a little bit late on that hit. For what they pulled Jones and Kylie Ram for, but Lowell's right back with it. Lowell with a chance to make him pay.
He'll work in with Orfanos, try to get it on net. He does, and that'll just be held there by Roden as he'll grab the whistle here. 8:14 to go in the third, 59 seconds to go in this 4-on-4 situation. And really, this is kind of the part of the game you just don't want to see liberties taken with anybody.
No, I mean, with 8:14 left in the third, you've got another game tomorrow. You don't want to see any. This has been a great battle so far. You don't want to see someone go down with an injury and can't draw into the game tomorrow, because these guys want to go right back at each other.
Face off to the left of that Arizona State net. And we'll keep an eye on things here with this 4-on-4. A little bit more ice for these teams to work. And up the left side, trying to work his way in is Connor Tillman. And a leave in the high slot. Now a race for it. Can Lusby win the race? He's up the left side, trying to break in, swept off his stick. And Roden will clear it away to the corner. Close one.
Lusby has such great speed and hands and was just not quite able to corral that puck to get a shot.
Back the other way as Arizona State tries to drive in, but lost handle in the slot. And now 3-on-3. No, it's going to be a 1-on-3 as Selman was the only guy up and his line mates go for the change.
I saw Selman, I thought he was going to get lined up there along the boards, but Selman craftily able to just sneak under the arm and get through.
Slid through there.
Yeah, I know. And Lowell with a great burst of speed.
Here comes Lowell. Lowell into the backhand forehand, and he's shut down by Roden on the way, and now back to 5-on-5. Fisher keeping it in on the left side. He'll put it in behind the net. Selman on the backhand. Selman into the slot. It's picked off. With the puck on the near side wall, kept in. Nice job by Johansson there.
And based on how this meeting has gone in the building tonight, you can imagine the rest of these Cactus Cup Series games, as the pressure mounts about who's going to win this Cactus Cup, the intensity is going to keep ramping up as well.
Well, I don't think the intensity ever goes down over the course of the season, that's for sure.
No, I don't think it does. But the Wildcats here are going to have a 2-1 lead in this series. If things go to plan, oh God, what have I done? By saying that, we'll see how the rest of the game plays out. 6:23 left. But Jesse Lowell tonight, I got a feeling when Coach Berman pulls someone at the end of the game for Matt Tiart to interview at the ice, but we got a good chance here. Max Meyer with speed down the wing, shot! Good save by Roden right into the chest, but Meyer with a good burst of speed down the right-hand wing, trying to create something.
6:08 left to go in the third period, and the Wildcats with a 4-1 lead. As you heard, Jesse Lowell's got the hat trick in this one, shorthanded. A power play goal, actually 2 power play goals. One was a 5-on-3 situation, and Chris Hull's got the other one.
Matthew Hull.
Or Matthew Hull, sorry.
So far we've got Lowell, Hull.
There you go.
As the 3 goals tonight, so.
Or Lowell, Hull, Lowell.
A little bit of an onomatopoeia going on.
There you go. Face off to the left of Roden, who came in for Biala, who started the game, has given up all 4, but left with an apparent injury. Looked like a lower body injury as he limped off the ice here in the third period. And Roden has actually come in and done a solid job. He's kept ASU within striking distance, and now it's up to the Sundevils to see if they can get one more goal. And it's up to the Wildcats on the flip side of that coin to really just kind of button things up in their defensive end, which is the one area maybe they haven't been as careful tonight, but they still have that 3-goal cushion.
They do, and we haven't seen a lot of dangerous chances from ASU, but they were able to, be opportunistic and capitalize when they did get a chance. But Churro has just been so good tonight, and that shot's not going to challenge him anytime soon.
No, it took a deflection in the slot to beat him for the only goal for Arizona State. Now pushing up the right side is Dawson Marshall, and a little extra in behind the play. Marshall driving the net, ran into the goaltender, and he's going to draw a pile now. We already had something going behind the play, and the whistle had gone, but the linesman got in there to separate everyone.
We had dueling number 11s. Josephson and Plord down at one end of the ring. Dawson Marshall gets a chance to drive in.
So now we're going to get both of those 11s that are going into the box here. As we mentioned, Josephson and Plord. And so those are the penalties that are going to be called. They're both getting roughing minors, it looks like. And then I don't know if anything's going to come out of Marshall driving the net or not. I don't think so.
Well, I think Marshall's trying to do what, we've seen Lowell, and I believe it was also Josephson or Johansson. They come down the wing, they try to cut to the center and get it to the backhand with a shot. Marshall gets completely shut off from his angle and collides with Roden. But I can't see that being an intentional goalie interference call. But yeah, those dueling number 11s were not too happy with each other at one end of the ring. And they were actually going at each other right in front of the family section of U of A hockey. They're here in the building tonight with alumni weekend. So that was a little bit of a front row seat to the dueling number 11s, but we're going to have matching penalties again here. And I just wanted to say, just heard from Tanner Harris, 2,400 in attendance here this evening at the Tucson Arena. Definitely, if you are in the local viewing area and want to come see this yourself, get down here tomorrow evening, 7:30, for I guarantee you a lot more fireworks, because every bit of bad blood that gets established here tonight is going to come to the surface tomorrow.
And here we go back the other way. Here's Lowell into the right side, cross his feet, and the pass was tipped just a little bit. And so it looked like Selman couldn't get his stick on it. But boy, I tell you what, Lowell had the right idea, just couldn't quite thread the needle 100%. Puck still got through. Puck at the side of the net that Churro's got to hold on to. He did get the pass through, but I think it was just barely tipped by the ASU defender, and that's what kept Selman from getting a shot out.
That was about a centimeter off of Selman's stick, who's the leading goal scorer for the U of A right now. I got a feeling he would have buried that one. A little bit of extracurricular there at the end as we saw one of the U of A players' sticks go flying out of their hands. Once the whistle goes, maybe you're not holding on as tight.
I think that we're going to see just a little bit of that, the gamesmanship down the stretch here. Arizona trying to push back in, but you're gonna see that here, the tone setting for tomorrow night.
Yeah, there's gonna be guys on the ASU roster who want the U of A to remember them for tomorrow, and there's the same thing going for the UA. A great stop there by Churro. He makes it look so easy, but that is a tough blocker save. Guy coming down the right wing, shoots left corner. Churro with a great job there.
Lowell trying to push the pass through center, picked off. Back up on the left wing side. Here's Lackiam with a chance. In again. Churro just gobbles that up and hangs on.
And for how good the U of A, well, Jesse Lowell's been driving most of the UA offense so far, but a guy like Churro should not be forgotten in this. He did give up one, but ASU have had a number of good chances, and Churro has been huge every time.
Face off to the right of the Wildcats net. That one is cleared out to center. Almost forgot about the pep band. We've had so much excitement here. They finally get a chant. Now there's a shot on Orfanos out there at center from Edgar.
It looks like Edgar's shadowing him a little bit.
And Orfanos goes in and throws a heavy hit, so you can tell he's riled up. Yeah, we're not out of the woods yet. 30 seconds of 4-on-4 here, offside. That might be the first offside call we have had in this game.
That is.
I don't think I've said it all night.
I think we've maybe had one icing, maybe 2.
Had a couple icings, but
the
offside.
very first offside.
That might be weird. 3:36 to go in the third, and we finally had an offside.
Most of the whistles have been reserved for all the extra stuff,
right?
But I'm not sure if that speaks to how good the defense has been or how well timed the offense has been. But that's the first offsides call of the night. We fanned on a pass there by ASU, but U of A not able to take advantage. Matthew Hull with a little self pass trying to go down the boards.
They'll have to regroup here at center once again, and Arizona in no real hurry if they don't see a lane here. Now they'll pound one in. Roden will glove down, and he'll have to play away from the pressure. And we are back at 5-on-5 here. This is the 4-on-4 situation. Is taking its toll on this game. Now 2:51 to go in the third. Arizona State in left side. A shot. Churro will stick that one away on that low wrister there from Edgar.
Yeah, Edgar with a sneaky little wrist shot there. Didn't wind it up very much at all. Just kind of flicked it with the wrists in on there. ASU with another chance.
There's a tip and a great stop there. Churro will gobble it up side of the net. And you know what? You want to make the goalie make a save. Even if it's not a 10-bell save, even if he doesn't have to go crazy, you still want to make him make that stop because you never know what could happen.
I mean, goalies make mistakes too. Churro hasn't really made any tonight, but you never know. I mean, that was a sneaky little wrist shot that if the goalie doesn't expect, we've seen any goalie can give up a soft goal when they don't expect it. If you're ASU, you want to look for any type of offense to build off of going into tomorrow night's game.
Puck is tied up on the near side boards here with 2:23 and counting to go in this third period. U of A with a 4-1 lead on Arizona State.
As the seconds tick away here, U of A is going to be fine with this.
Yeah, they'll just eat, and the referee wants him to move the puck. The whistle is nowhere near his mouth. He is not interested in stopping the play.
And, I will say one thing. When those types of little battles go on that long, you kind of expect to see one big cross-check. Both teams being pretty disciplined there in that long of a board battle.
Well, there's a hit from behind. That was a terrible idea.
Yeah,
what a bad play. And now, look at that. Roden's coming out of his net, and he's still mad at Josephson. He went out after Josephson. This one's Timor, as we mentioned, has been a target of ASU all night, and he's involved in a wrestling match now. Lowell trying to get in there. Now Roden's going to grab Lowell out of the pile. Timor knocks his man down. And now Timor absorbs a punch from the ice, but he's just trying to keep it from going anywhere.
Yeah, Timor and Landfear going at each other. Whew. This is U of A ASU hockey, but not a good hit there.
No, that was a bad hit from behind. That was clearly into the numbers.
Yeah, if we saw ASU throwing that hit, we'd be all over them too. So Fritz not the best decision making to go in there as the man turned, hit him in the numbers. And we're gonna see. Well, now we've got another long probably ref conference to figure out exactly who's going for what. But I have called
at this point, just start handing out 10s.
Yeah. You really don't want to see any of the big names not be able to play tomorrow night, though. That's the only thing that you look at these situations. You don't want to see a star player not be able to go tomorrow. But these.
Well, that's why I say 10s and not games.
Exactly.
So you just hand out 10s, get these guys out of the game. That's fine. There's a $1:49 left on the clock. At this point, you just don't want to see anybody get hurt, and you just don't want to see it get ridiculous.
Well, with that charging major from Kowalchuk earlier in the game, does that mean he's going to not be eligible tomorrow?
No, because it wasn't a game disqualification.
Okay. So it's a major in a game that's
At least that's not how they announced it.
Okay.
It may show up differently on the paperwork after the game, and we may hear about it tomorrow. But as it stands right now, that is just for this game.
Okay. Clarification for all of us. That's why we've got Tom, the expert, in the booth.
Although, as I say, I mean, the ACHA may have different rules from the NCAA or from professional hockey. So.
Well, we did think we got all the penalties right in the second period, and then those were all messed up. So we'll see what we actually get out of this. But, I mean, before previewing the game, I talked about in an article about bad blood, about the rivalry, about the intensity of this rivalry. until you see it in person on here on the ice, you just can't grasp it. I have watched every single U of A hockey game so far this season for many seasons, and you don't see guys getting in scraps like this very often.
You know, it's interesting. I see fans leaving the building right now. I don't think I would leave.
Yeah,
I would stay for this minute 49.
I mean, I know traffic can be annoying, but at some, 10 minutes extra in the car for what could be a minute and 49 seconds of madness, it's probably worth it in the end.
And you never know. Again, these two teams, heated rivalry, heated game. We've already seen some pretty egregious hits, and so now this is interesting here, as I guess each team's representative just kind of getting their explanation, but there's no time up on the board.
I don't think the refs quite know what to do with it yet either. And I would say one of my biggest takeaways right now is I'm very glad no one's gotten hurt. Yeah. I like to see this style of hockey. I like just as much as anyone else for a game to be physical and full of passion and guys wrestling each other to the ice. But I will say the fact that, unfortunately we did see Biala, that was definitely a pulled injury, not a physicality injury, but.
I would also not leave Roden in the game at this point, to be honest with you. I would not leave him in. I would probably go ahead and just say, hey, you know what? Twice now he's come out of the ASU net to start things. I would not leave him in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the goalie fight video from the archive got the juices flowing for another ASU goalie to try to come out in center ice. I do know for a fact, though, when speaking with Churro, he has no interest in fighting at center ice.
Right.
Churro will sit there, stare at you, and probably laugh a little bit.
That is definitely not his MO.
No, he is not the type of guy to do that. And Roden, he's going to most likely, I'd say, get the start tomorrow. Based off the way we saw, Biala limping off the ice down the room, Roden might be getting the start tomorrow.
Well, and so now you have me curious, and I'm taking a look. So you've got Roden and Garber both have the same amount of minutes, 240. Oh, here we go.
For Arizona State, number 27, Connor Buck, a 10-minute misconduct. Arizona State penalty, number 18, Ryan Lampier, 10-minute misconduct. Sundevil penalty on number 31, Dawson Roden, 2 minutes for roughing. For Arizona, penalty on number 11, Will Josephson, 10-minute misconduct. On 24, Christopher Fritz, a 10-minute misconduct. Penalty on number 9, Cameron Timor, a game misconduct. Penalty on number 23, Josh Lusby, 5 minutes for boarding. All penalties at 18 minutes, 11 seconds in the third period.
So that was Lusby, not Fritz, who got in there on the bad hit. So Lusby's going to go for 5 minutes for boarding. Roden, the goalie for ASU, is going to take the 2-minute penalty for roughing. And a lot of misconducts. I'm not a mathematician, but I've really got to guess that this is going to be above 141 minutes of penalties.
So Timor's a game. Was Fritz a 10 or a game? I wrote it down as a 10.
Fritz was a game.
Fritz was a game. All right. Josephson was a 10. And then Lusby 5 for boarding. Roden gets 2 for roughing. That will be served by somebody else. And then Kruk and Lampier, each 10-minute misconducts. I'm fine with the 10s.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange to watch 4 players simultaneously skate off the ice with a minute 48 left in the period. But
yeah.
U of A going to be a little bit short-handed on the bench for the last minute and 49, but oh man.
And actually, the way the penalties play out, it's 4-on-4 for the remainder of regulation.
Yeah, with Roden taking the 2 with less than 2 minutes left.
So the 5-minute major, fortunately for U of A, doesn't really bite them, but still not a good decision.
So this is going to factor into the way this game is played tomorrow.
Well, it definitely will, and I mean, it's only going to add fuel to the fire. Now what U of A needs to do is to just try to, really the important thing is to prevent Arizona State from getting another goal here late. Focus on your own zone and mind your P's and Q's. Get out of this game. But there's a chance in and a diving block. Nice block in front by Shively as Connor Tillman tried to get it through.
Yeah, Tillman with a great individual effort decides to take it all on his own, but great block there from Shively.
Here's Marquis up the right side, minute to go. Shively up with a Marquis with a wrist shot just off the tip of the mitt there from Roden. And now, once again, U of A wraparound chance. Roden didn't even suspect that as Johansson almost got it to go. 42 seconds left in this one. 4-1 Wildcats. I don't know that there's going to be much we could say to wrap it up beyond what we've already said, but boy, oh boy, when they come back together tomorrow night, it should be intense.
Well, because of all the penalties, we've had a lot of time to just talk and break everything down, basically, so there's very little to summarize here with this 4-1 game for the Wildcats.
Nice move in. There's a chance and a save made by Roden. Ben Jones dancing down the right wing.
Off the hands.
Nice move by Jones to wiggle his way in for a chance. 13.1 seconds left to go. And the faceoff will be to the left of the Arizona State net. Behind it goes, and ASU may try to stretch one more here, but they're going to run out of time. 5 seconds left as they work their way in, and that's it.
And these two teams are going to cross one another heading off to their respective locker rooms. We'll see if the discussions continue at all as everyone skates over to give Churro a much-deserved pat.
Now it looks like, at least right now, cooler heads prevail. 4-1 your final. Jesse Lowell the hat trick, a pair of power play goals and a short-handed goal. Matthew Hull had the other marker for the Wildcats, who come up with a big win in the first half of this home series this weekend, and really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen tomorrow night. Great crowd on hand here tonight, lots of energy. Our thanks to the pep band for being here. Sebastian, I don't know what else you could have asked for.
You couldn't have asked for anything. The only more thing you could ask for is another game tomorrow, and we're getting it. So that's about the best thing you could hope for, is to get to see these two teams go do it once again. And we'll see the U of A giving the stick taps to the family and the alum along the glass. They're playing for more than just themselves. This is about pride. This is about, with Jeremy Goltz being in the building and his commemoration tomorrow, this team is playing for more than just themselves. And we're going to have Matt Tiart down on the ice to have a little post-game chat with Coach Chad Berman. And Berman's a feisty guy, but I do think he's going to preach a little bit more discipline for tomorrow's game.
This will be a very interesting interview. I'm looking forward to hearing what Coach Berman has to say. And to no one's surprise, it looks like Jesse Lowell might be the guy down there. Let's see.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a big win for Arizona. 4-1 your final.
They take a 2-1 lead in the Cactus Cup Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Jesse Lowell. Hat tonight for Jesse Lowell. How do you feel for this new crowd against the Riders? I feel great. The crowd was awesome. I love that weekend. It's been like what? How do you want to carry this into tomorrow? No, it's been for us. We're just going to strike away the game against the Riders. Thanks, Jesse.
Kind of tough to hear down there, but really hard for us to pick up the audio on that one, so I guess we'll just end up kind of wrapping it up here in the booth. And I mean, there's not a whole lot of extra that I think we can add to what happened tonight, but wow, what a game. First of all, in front of the hometown fans, you get the crowd was into it from the get-go. The team was into it from the get-go. Physical off the hop. The pep band was into it from the get-go. It was a great atmosphere here tonight. And to see Jesse Lowell comes up with a hat trick, but the power play scores twice. They get a shorthanded goal and are able to do a much better job on the penalty kill. I think there were a lot of positives. Yeah, there's some things they're going to need to clean up for tomorrow night, but on balance, this is a really good game for the University of Arizona.
Yeah, I think if you take away a little bit of that ugliness we saw, we do love the ugliness. Do not have two doubts about it. I just, at the end of it, you're really lucky to see, or happy to see, no one gets injured. Team's able to come away with a big win against an ASU team that's now dropped 4 in a row. And the U of A is going to be looking to go for the jugular tomorrow, make this a 3-1 series lead. But ASU, they took some punishment tonight. They had a couple big guys, their captain thrown out of the game, a lot of feisty play. And we're going to see if ASU can regroup and bring a better effort tomorrow. But the U of A putting on a great 200-foot display. Churro also, I might have called it a bit early, but Jesse Lowell's going to take the first star with the hat trick, but Churro cannot be far behind.
No, and you know what? Tonight we do have to tip the cap to Anthony Churro and his performance here this evening. He was huge when he needed to be, made the big saves, kept Arizona in front when they were in front, and a really just all-around good effort out of this team here this evening. Again, there's always something, right? There's always something you can nitpick if you wanted to, but great goaltending, and that's one of the hallmarks of this team, and being able to capitalize on the offensive zone chances. Look, you set everything up with the hits. You get guys looking over their shoulders. That's great. Now they're kind of rushing the play, but you've got to be able to take care of those chances when you get them. And I feel good watching U of A bury the chances they had.
And I really think all 4 lines showed up to play tonight. You saw guys up and down the lineup. Obviously, Jesse Lowell took the spotlight, but I think Josephson had a really good game. Johansson had a really good game. Litwin is still fighting to find a goal. He had a couple great chances, again, using his speed to generate chances off the rush. And we'll see tomorrow if ASU kind of steps up at that blue line a little bit more. The U of A generated most of their chances off the rush by being able to just skate into the zone. And I think ASU is going to really have to change their approach to defending at the blue line if they've got a chance of winning tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to it tomorrow. We will see how all this is going to play itself out. But if you want to come down and join us, there are still seats available here at Tucson Arena for the game. You can always walk up and grab them from the box office as well. We invite you to come down. I want to say thanks to Sebastian Janik for being in on the call with me. Garrett Kane doing a great job behind the scenes, and Matt Tiard as well. And sorry we didn't have better audio. We kind of had a janky PA feed tonight, but we will definitely get back with you tomorrow night. And so, Sebastian, looking forward to round 2.
Looking forward to it.
One more time, your final score, the Arizona Wildcats 4, the Arizona State University Sundevils 1. We will talk to you tomorrow night from Tucson Arena. You've been listening to Arizona Wildcats Hockey.
Thank you for watching University of Arizona Wildcats Hockey. Visit our website at ArizonaWildcatHockey.org, and we'll see you at the Tucson Arena for the next Arizona Wildcats home game.